episode.
Right, because we pretty much left off.
All right, yeah.
In this discussion.
Hey, this is Ross Payne, Role-Playing Public Radio. We're playing Master Nyarlathotep, Trail of Cthulhu, in the Boston Sojourn. In the last session...
Sojourn.
Side guiding, I guess, the side story, as the players went to Boston to find out what happened to that book that was taken by John Scott, and they got a lot more than they bargained for at the Hermetic Order of the Silver Twilight. It had an explosive, went out with a bang. Well, your guest character did. But as you pick up, you were you were in a Boston townhouse. Anne's character Margot has looked up on the roof and seen a gargoyle, for lack of a better word, watching them from across the street.
Which everybody thinks is chasing me.
Right, because you did lead it back.
Yeah.
Because you stopped at the church to refresh your abilities. And
it would have followed me whether I stopped at the church or not.
Well,
Do you know that?
I'm pretty sure it's
pretty
Ross.
sure you can't.
It's Ross.
Pretty sure you can't step in the same
Ross.
river twice.
Yeah.
Lamplighter said I was going to die. It's Ross.
It's certainly you made it easier by giving them time to catch up. But anyways, you have a couple different options. You could just stay the night and hope for the best, setting watches. So because you have to, I assume you would at least set watches because you don't want to all fall asleep when there's a monster across the street. In which case nobody refreshes general abilities, but then you can go into daylight. And monsters can't attack you in daylight, right? Surely not. That would be weird.
That is a thought that crosses none of our minds.
Yeah. So, if you want to get away from the monster, there's two options. There's several options available. The one that doesn't revolve any dice rolling is the sacrificial lamb, i.e. one player goes out, drives away, the monster follows it. Because it only knows of one person, because it followed you there. So someone,
I
another...
made eye contact with Margot, but...
Did it see me when
you don't know if it saw Margot or not.
Don't give him more ammo.
I thought you said it did.
Don't give him more ammo.
Well, he might not know that you don't know what the monster knows.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's true. It could be up to two people. But I will just say for the sake of it, so one person lures the monster away. The other three can then go to a new location, refresh their general abilities, and you can rendezvous during the day.
following me?
Because there's only one monster, so it can only follow one person at a time. So you would have to choose to stay at the house or go with somebody else. But those of you realize that it's probably a predatory thing, and it's probably been instructed to follow, so it probably will follow the first person who leaves. So I'll just say out of character, you get that for free.
A way to lose the monster.
So it's not per se
escape
hunting.
into the subways.
Right. It is an alien monster who probably doesn't have perfect knowledge of what all you fleshy humans are, how you...
We all look alike to it.
Yeah.
Because it's speciest.
Yeah. Well, it is the 20s. It's the fashion of the time.
Question, can we call Bill's Ghoul to eat the gargoyle?
We have to catch it. And I'm pretty sure they're not
the
super
contact
fond of
ghoul ritual only works in a graveyard or other charnel place.
This is Boston. The city is built on graveyards.
You could do that. Yeah, if you get I would say anybody with Streetwise or history for 0 point, like you don't have that many active points, could figure out where a nearby graveyard or charnel house is.
I have history.
I have Streetwise.
Or I would say no. You can get into the sewers. Yeah, you can contact them there. You would have to make point spends to get into the sewers from your house.
Wait, could we use the sewer to avoid the gargoyle?
Well, the thing is, there's no sewer entrance in the basement.
Right.
You'd have to use a manhole, which are in streets, which are open
Can I
to
do a
the sky.
preparedness check for explosives to see if I can blow a hole in the floor to get to the sewer?
Yeah, you could. It is a sleepy... It is
that how anything works?
It's an open... this is an upper middle class neighborhood that is rather quiet this time of night. So
it was worth a shot.
No, you could blow it, but you would have new problems.
I mean,
Okay,
Brandon, you're running the game, so that's the definition of every action.
No, there are more dangerous and less dangerous actions.
That's true.
So are we saying that nobody has any driving points left with
No,
them?
I have 3. That is not sufficient to see us through.
I will say, no, I did say it would take 3 driving checks to beat the... actually, it will take a total of 5 distance, which basically means you start at 3, and you have to get 5. So you'd make opposed checks every round. It's athletics versus your driving. But you can mitigate that or remove the number of things by making investigative point spends. Like, for example, everybody has Streetwise, they could spend a point to remove one check by just figuring out a good route. Or figuring out a route where it's not going to have good overhead view, like some places with a lot of trees.
All right.
So, in order to
Or if you have other abilities, I will be open to suggestions.
What about credit rating?
What?
It's late at night. How are you going to spend that money or call
we
those
could
favors?
hire a hobo.
There is a phone
to
in
lure
the
him
house.
away.
What?
We're gonna hire a hobo to lure him away.
Where are you going to find a hobo this summer?
It's Boston.
What?
Well, you have to go outside. That's the thing, is you have to go outside to do
We
it.
could just
I don't know, Brian. Where are we going to find a hobo?
Or we could call a big game hunter that I know from India and just have him
We could
shoot
You
call-
could call a patsy to serve as a distraction.
Is Sylvie
That's
still
actually a good
available?
idea. That is a good
Yeah.
idea.
Because we could,
Okay, so
Sylvia's in New York.
I'm not gonna sacrifice Sylvie. Well, Margot will take a beating if Sylvie dies.
Yeah.
Do we know?
will we? Will
Okay,
she?
I
Bill didn't take
know,
that much of a
Sean.
Yeah, that's
You
because it was a freebie because that guy was dead from the beginning of the scenario.
You know the phone number to the pub nearest here, right?
Sure.
Of
As
course.
a good
You
priest.
do.
Yeah.
So call the
Half my
pub keeper
congregation is
and tell him
there.
that we'll give somebody a whole bunch of money.
First, call and ask for Mike Roch.
Yeah. No, you can't call a patsy. I would say it's a 1 point credit rating spend to get somebody to come here with a car. Either a friend, someone you know, or like a cab driver or something like that. So you could do that.
But we'll probably have to make some sort of check afterward.
I still have some disguise.
Well,
points
the thing
if they
is,
just look like you.
But
you would be
that's
using an
actually
innocent
not
person
important at
who's
this point.
unaware of the monsters.
It's going to hunt whatever
Yeah.
leaves.
So you would have to sneak into the car and then get out.
So we'll have to make stability checks because we're potentially sacrificing an innocent to whatever the thing is.
Probably.
Can we call someone who's
Unless you're
not
with that
innocent,
person.
who's like a corrupt politician that we
Or
want to see die?
a bootlegger because they'll also be good at driving.
True.
pub.
And you should know some
That would
bootleggers.
require Streetwise.
That's fine.
You could call a bootlegger.
I will spend a streetwise
Okay.
And
to
I will
call.
spend a credit point. Do we need to pay him? I'm sure we need to pay him.
Can we see if the gargoyle is Catholic?
No.
That's
I
how it
Would it be
works.
better if it was?
I can tell it to go hang out at a cathedral. I don't know.
Thank you, Father, for the. It's like the bear joke. Yeah.
So yeah, you call up a member of someone you know.
Hey, Mickey, get out of here on the double.
His name is Tommy.
Hey, tell me.
Yeah, he will be there in 10 minutes.
right.
No questions asked. So what's your plan?
So he's showing up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is he
And-
already here?
He will show up in 10 minutes. You have time to make a plan. He was not already there when you called him. He was at home.
No, I didn't know how quickly you're having time progress.
No.
between
You have time to
sentences.
act. You have time to
Okay.
plan.
Okay.
Well, also, you can
So-
call him at your leisure, so you could have made
Right.
the plan.
I have a
before.
spare collar, so
Once again, I am not certain. Well, if you'd like to, yes.
But we don't
I
know
feel,
how specific or what.
Right. I feel like that's a
monsters are
good cover
held down.
plan.
yeah.
At the very least, it explains to him what we're doing, which is the further complication here.
Well, he won't ask questions unless there's something supernatural. You
Remember,
will. You do
he's
know
getting the whole
that,
point of credit rating.
Yeah.
and he knows you're kind of shady too. So he
Yeah.
better. The
Normally
less he
do.
knows, the better, as far as he's concerned.
He's
And-
smart.
until there's something obviously supernatural happening, then he will be very confused and angry.
Then we'll talk to him. We'll deal with him later.
Yeah. But if he doesn't see the gargoyle,
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he's
So where are we going to tell him to drive? Drive to the...
He knows the town better.
Well,
We really
what
just
is your
need-
goal? What are you seeking him to do? To lose the monster?
Yes.
Well, first to lure him away,
Yeah.
obviously.
Okay.
And then
lose.
him.
Okay, he would need bait for that, so one of you would have to go with him. Someone would have to leave the house. To
Then
go
what's
with
the point of calling the bootlegger?
him. Well, he's a better driver.
We don't
But-
have any driving
okay.
points.
But that gets
But-
us back to the problem of
Well, that's the thing.
unless
If the car
Scott
shows
or Carl or whoever cast his spell
right.
summoning it. I'm making some assumptions about magic here, but either the realm of possibilities are that the thing is hunting the Monsignor, or that it's hunting the four of us, in which case props to him on making.
I will say
really
out of character. Out of character, he's not hunting all 4 of you. He does not have perfect.
Okay.
He's not
He's
omniscient.
just hunting me.
So someone has to leave the house to get in the car.
Okay, so if you leave
So-
the house,
I still have to leave the house no
Yeah.
matter what.
No, you said
Okay,
you had a spare
disguising
collar. Disguising him as you.
is the bait.
So he would run into the car. You put the collar on and come back out.
Wait, no.
he would come
We dress
in
him up like
the
a priest.
house.
Okay.
He would bolt out to the car.
Okay.
And,
Dressed
yeah.
as me.
dressed as
But
him.
so there's only one person in the car.
him.
Yes.
Dressed
Okay.
as him.
Okay.
So unless, I mean, the only downside being there if this thing has something, greater than natural senses in terms of telling.
I can splash some whiskey on him.
Yes,
Good
because
idea.
that is the metaphysical equivalent of being a priest.
That's true.
And it also carries the unique supernatural sense aura of being you.
You just need to rub up all over
Or
him.
just smells like me.
Dress him in your personal clothes.
Well, I mean, if that's the plan you want to go with, it was just a point
Well,
of
the thing
streetwise
is, the
and credit rating.
monster
I'm sure it'll be
knows
fine.
that there's one. You know that the monster knows that there's at least 1 or 2 of you in there. If a guy shows up, goes in the house, that's
Yeah.
add one more person to it. But then only one person comes out. It might think that
The other guy stayed
How
in there.
smart
the guy might. Yeah, you don't know how smart it is.
So
I would
at
say
this
there's-
point, we have to have 3 people leave together to get it to chase it?
No,
Is
I'm
that
saying
what
the
you're
more
trying to
people
do?
who leave the house, the more. I will say if
Basically, Ross
I will-
wants me to die.
no. I will say it will be up to a matter to die. The more people leave, the more likely the monster will succeed. It will be a secret die roll to determine if the monster follows one person.
So disguising the bootlegger is not an option.
No, he
I'm hearing.
could.
But we have brought him in as a better driver, which is worth it.
So
That's true.
there is another option too. You could get in the car with the driver and then get out and sneak out with some sort of distraction, so the monster stays with the car, but you're like jumped under a car parked on
At
the
some
street.
point, yeah, when line of sight gets broken.
Yeah. For
I mean,
example,
that
you
would
could
be a
say
tunnel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That could
exactly.
work.
that could
Because-
work. It's
Do
the
we know
20s, cars are
about the
big.
Boston Tunnel?
you could ask.
I don't have streetwise though, so how am I going
I
to?
still have, yeah.
No, the bootlegger has streetwise, so you could
Right.
ask him.
Okay,
Drive
so
through
he
the
would tell
tunnel.
me when to hop.
If you go into a tunnel, especially.
And then we could
Okay.
arrange for the other people to meet later.
Or
Yeah.
we could just all go with that plan.
We need
Like,
one
all
person
go.
to drive
But
and
then
pick us up in
wouldn't
the tunnel.
wouldn't it be
Why?
more difficult?
Would we just be on foot then?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more
You could
difficult?
call another.
for-
If you had another point of streetwise, you could call somebody else to pick you up at the tunnel.
Right, or if it's not too far away, we
Yeah.
could just,
Walk to a
Walk
hotel
back,
or something.
yeah.
right,
Wouldn't it
or one of us could walk back and get the remaining car because we torched
Sure.
the other one.
That's right.
No, we still have
2.
2.
No,
We-
1. We left in 2 cars.
Yeah.
And torch.
Yeah, you torched one.
I know I torched
Remember
one.
you
I
walked
thought that
away
they had
in the
taken
pillar of
2.
smoke.
Actually, wait, Anne may have had the other
Because
car.
that was my first attempt to lose the monster,
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
to torch the car.
Which, I mean,
It was
we
a good
didn't
idea.
I'm
Okay,
sure
well,
nothing bad will
we
come
can
of that.
figure out our way to get back to the safe house or to a hotel when time comes, because first we need to see if this even works.
Right.
This may be
So, barring things it's just not possible to know, 3 people need to leave to con the monster.
Or I can just go because I'm obviously going to die anyway.
Or we can do it
preemptive.
with 3 people, which
My concern with that, though, is that if I have to make a check in order to hide successfully at this
Well, if
point,
you go in a tunnel,
all 4 of us are going to have to make checks if we go with that.
Okay,
If we all leave
so
at the same time.
let's just have 3 people leave. One of them is the NPC. One of them is you, who has your own set of problems. And one of them probably needs to appear to be female at this
I could
point.
go because it was
So-
maybe see.
Whoever gets
That's
left
exactly.
alone might be vulnerable, though, to the monster then.
well, but we're on guard,
And
We'll watch
it,
and
in
see if
theory,
it
doesn't
follows.
know we're here.
Yeah. and we'll be able to see if it follows you. I say we go for it. Worst case scenario, he doesn't go.
Can we do a preparedness check to see if we have Molotov cocktails or something for the
Sure.
monster?
Sure.
Okay.
It takes me to blow it
2.
up.
Why?
No.
Why Why preparedness? Like,
Just we haven't
There
left
might
yet.
not be booze in the house. It is still the prohibition, so...
But
This seems
there may be
unlikely.
empty bottles, and we do have 2 cars
With gasoline.
and
and
gasoline.
gasoline.
You have 1 car. Well, you
No.
will have another car showing up, but yeah.
No, we proved out 2. They
Okay.
each left in a different car. He
Okay.
torched his, we left in one.
Yeah.
But at any rate,
So you have 1.
at the point at which we have time to stand around siphoning gasoline for explosives,
Yeah.
we really need to have, moved beyond,
You
the SWOT
probably...
analysis will have shifted at that point. We will have
Straight
taken
through
one
yourself.
out of the
Weapons.
threats column.
Yeah, you
No,
still
we
have guns,
weapons.
too.
We'll bring our
We
guns
do?
with
Yeah,
us.
I'm just,
Yeah.
you probably do
Totally.
want to limit the amount of time you spend in open air, basically,
Okay.
Right.
while
I'm
there's
just
an
thinking,
airborne monster.
Molotov cocktail worked well on the last flying monster that followed us.
Sure.
So,
As long
One can reasonably extrapolate from that it will always
Oh,
work.
All right,
All
so...
right, so you're calling
Tommy
the
shows-
bootlegger. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so,
Tommy's here.
yeah, Tommy
Uh-huh.
shows up.
they're leaving with him. We're gonna see
Watch
what the
the
thing
monster.
does.
Okay.
And yeah,
All right, since
basically
everybody's on
we're
the lookout.
deciding on a meeting point.
Yeah, you
Meeting point decided on.
Yeah,
Moving
meeting
on.
point decided on. Yeah, you guys have enough streetwise and
Yeah.
knowledge between you that you can figure out a good place. We won't have to worry about that right now.
Yeah.
So everybody can give me sense trouble checks since everybody's looking out for the monster.
I'll spend my last
3.
2.
Spend 2.
4.
I'll make 4.
What do you get?
I have 3 because I have nothing left to spend.
All right, 3 sees nothing. 4, you see something fly, a black shape. There is a little moonlight, in a partially cloudy sky, and you can see something oculate some of the stars for a moment. So it is lifted off from a building. You can't really, from the windows of your house and from looking up through the windows of the car, you can't get a great look. If you walk out in the middle of the road and look straight up, you can get a much better look.
That's not a horrible idea.
Yeah, no, clearly not. So,
Not do that one.
yeah, no, it's not. So, Tommy starts driving fairly fast, taking you to. Are you going to jump off in the tunnels, or were you going to jump off somewhere else, or were you going the tunnel? Okay, so he drives towards the tunnel. I didn't research tunnels of Boston.
I'm sure there are
The
plenty.
Bostonian tunnel.
The Bostonian tunnel, yeah.
It's the big dig. It's just 80 years too early. It's fine.
Yeah. Anachronism. So there's little in the way. You two can give me one more sense trouble check.
Great.
Great. All right. You don't see it.
No
Like,
trouble.
It's hard to see. It's dark, and you're moving fast. You two.
And tell me that we have set up with him that after you guys jump, he needs to drive evasively.
Yeah.
He knows the
Act as if you're trying to lose something.
Yeah. No. He gets the idea that you're trying to lose tailors. He's looking on the streets. Whoever these guys are, they're good. I can't see
I don't
them.
even notice it.
Yeah, I don't even notice them.
Yep. It's okay, Tommy.
It's all good.
So you stop in the tunnel. He slows for just a moment. Well, how fast do you want to get out? Do you want to make a complete and full stop, or which no check for you, or full speed? Good luck, or kind of slow down and.
Or are you guys on athletics?
I have zip left.
No.
Better ask him.
That's why I didn't want to go and just run alone as the distraction.
Would have been fine.
So, or do you both want to get out at different times?
I
Like
have no idea how
you could
deadly
get
this
out at
thing
different
isn't.
parts of the tunnel. One person get at one end, one person get out the other. So you can make separate checks.
Let's
If he's gonna
jump.
stop, you're gonna
Yeah.
want to jump?
We might as
You
well.
might break your leg.
If you fail an athletics check, the DC set by the number will be set by how fast he's going. If he's going at full speed, it'll be a 6. If he's going, and then I'll just say you can set the number. But if he's going, the number you set it at will be I'll set the damage based on how fast he's going.
So what is full speed in a miles
6.
per hour? Scenario.
Probably like 70, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, not jumping at full speed.
Yeah.
What if he's only just slowing down a little bit?
So you can set the number. You tell me what target number you
25
want to
maybe?
hit on a
I was thinking
D6.
more like 10. But
10? Okay.
10
you're
would
gonna
be
drive slower in a tunnel anyways.
It's true.
10 would be like 2.
There may be traffic.
There may be traffic.
At night.
That's why you still have to make
That's
a check.
why you still have to make a check. But
You don't have to make a check if he stops, obviously. But,
But the ruse will become obvious.
well, the monster was probably flying over the tunnel, going to the other side if he's following you.
He may not have good.
And if he
political
takes too
skills.
long, he might suspect something. He might even go in the tunnel. Who knows?
I don't understand how all this
horribly?
Euclidean
Yeah.
geometry works.
Exactly. It's too
Try
right.
to get out of sight.
So are you getting out together, or are you going to go separate?
Together.
Sure.
Okay, together.
Awesome.
All right.
Great point.
What DC do you want to set it at? What number do you want to set it at? 6 is full speed. 10 miles per hour is 2, and you can set it anywhere in between. So a 2, a 3, or a 4, or a 5, or
And
something.
so you don't get.
So a 2.
So 2.
Because you don't have anything to say.
I know.
I do, but you don't.
Okay.
I know. 2.
Okay. I'll spend 3 though. So.
Well, then you automatically succeed.
6.
Fantastic.
He really slows down. You can hear the skidding on the brake. You jump out. Both of you land on your feet and get out. And then he speeds off into the night.
Do we hear a screech?
Give me a sense roll. Are you going to wait around and listen?
No.
Well, no.
We
Like,
have to stay in the tunnel. for a
I'm
little
wondering
bit.
if the gargoyle is loud enough that we can hear it.
Or get a taxi or something.
Or if it's making noise at all.
He drives expertly off into the slightly foggy night, and you don't hear any immediate noises. You give me some trouble checks.
3.
2.
Hear nothing.
Find a
fine.
manhole to hide in for a minute.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's
Not
fine. So you start heading your way.
Wait, so who's
These trouble checks are
Who's our
disturbing this game.
What?
Were you guys picking up stuff or another third
No,
party?
we're converging on
On a new location, which
Yeah.
I will say
So
is
we're-
the
Hotel.
functionally
Crown Plaza
identical.
Hotel.
Say what you want.
It's functionally identical to the house we were just at, other than
No
not.
monster.
Yeah.
Not the same.
So you two leave. Give me some trouble checks.
Okay.
Is there another one, Ross? 5.
Spend 1.
Okay.
Which makes 2, so I don't know Jack.
Okay.
I do.
You do. You can see a car pulling in just as you're getting out. A car rounding the corner. And very suspicious. It looks. There's 4 guys in it.
Awesome.
They haven't noticed you yet, but it looks like they're heading straight. It looks like they're pulling into park right across from your house, from the house you're staying in.
We're going out the back.
All right, so you hustle out the back.
Yeah.
Since you made your check, you don't have to make a stealth check, and you managed to get out. But you can see that
Do I have to make a stealth check since I didn't make my sense trouble check?
no, she's with you, so
Okay.
she's able to alert you.
And we take anything important with us.
Yeah, of
by the
course.
way.
Right. We're going to split to the locations away from the house that the other 2 cars were parked at and drive them.
All right, so your new rendezvous point is the Crown Plaza Hotel.
Yeah.
You're all checked in under false names at this point, and you all get there.
John Leguizamo.
And Tommy calls you, Tommy doesn't know your number unless you gave it to him.
No.
Yeah, so do you call Tommy
No.
later?
No.
Okay. All right, the fate. All right, that case,
No, that's
Bill,
that's
you'll have to
not
make a
a-
stability check unless you find out what happens.
That's really not a good way to deal with your contacts. Like,
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
not a burner contact. I will call him.
All right. No stability check, man. He did make it. So
All right.
looks like he.
Oh, good. Good job, Tom.
See,
All right. So
that
now,
didn't cost us anything. Ross is not always a horrible monster.
all right. So now you're in a place of safety. So now you can sleep the night and recover 3 points, or 3. You can fully refresh 3 general abilities,
I know which one's not refreshing.
aside from health, stability, and sanity.
Athletics is going back.
Yeah.
So is firearms. Psychoanalysis doesn't count as the ones that refreshes, does it?
Yeah, it
No.
can.
This
It's
isn't
any
the
three-
physical abilities thing. This is
Yeah, we're doing new rules. It's any 3 general abilities aside from health, stability, and sanity.
Okay, I thought
No.
it was...
No.
Not new. It's
The
just
actual
the other thing that's available.
Okay,
So you
Because-
can refresh
yeah.
the psychoanalysis.
This is any 3 general abilities. If you don't use a physical ability for 24 hours,
Yeah.
you get
Okay.
something.
You get all of it back.
Okay.
Yeah,
so...
you don't run for 24 hours, you get it all back.
Since I did psychoanalysis,
Since when
is one
does
of the
that
things.
ever
Does
happen?
anybody have some stability they want to recover, and can I recover stability myself?
Yeah,
I'm
for
good.
you, it's a 1-to-1 ratio.
So I just spend...
You have to make a test. Yeah, you have to get a 4 about it.
Not so
Okay.
good. down to 5. I mean, I'm not terrible,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not
This
going to
is-
do me.
Yeah. But anybody else lost ability? They wanna-
I would take a little bit if you're feeling generous.
Maybe not.
Nope.
You can spend stability. You can spend psychoanalysis. To
I know. I'm just trying to keep it in store
Okay,
because we
fair
always
enough.
need
Just in
it.
case.
And you?
I wanted to use my first aid. So you.
First aid, you don't have to roll. You
Okay.
can just.
So 2 points is.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's also the 2 per 1. Let me double check.
Sorry, Melissa.
It's alright. It happens. I
Bad
think I tried to
dice.
heal you one time and it didn't work.
For every first aid point spent, you regain 2 health points. Unless you're healing yourself, which is a 1-to-1.
Aw.
Yeah.
First aid doesn't need the test. Yeah,
Well, does anyone else need first aid?
I'm okay.
I'm good.
I'm at 1.
Yeah,
Health,
you
so
need
I-
you need
Maybe
a
I
lot
should
of-
use my first aid on you then.
Yeah.
What's your max health?
My max health?
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, 5 points of first aid will fully heal.
Okay. Well, I only have 4 to give. But you can have them.
Oh,
And
well,
then-
but don't you need to make a check?
No, first aid works.
Oh, okay.
First aid is easier
So
than psych.
I
Four
just have to be
times
really
2?
careful because I
Yeah,
only have
yeah.
2 left.
So you're up at 9.
Can I give him 1 point as well? And then that way
First
he'll be
aid?
back to full?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, can I have that point instead? Since I only have 2?
Give it to her. Give it to
Do you
her.
only have
Figure out,
one point?
however you want to spend.
Huh?
Do you only have 1 point?
I have 5 points of first aid to spend.
Then maybe talk to Anne, who is at 2 hit points.
Yeah, I can give you one of mine. It's just...
Oh.
No, wait, I gave him...
You gave me all 4.
Now,
But-
Melissa's fine on health.
Oh.
She has first aid she can give you.
You.
It's a bandage conga.
Yep. You spend the night and most of the morning over continental breakfast bandaging each other.
So, did you give her...
I took 2.
How many points
So 1
would you
point.
This whole stitching
Okay.
montage, you know.
So, Sean,
Let's
you
see.
don't need any points from
Much
me?
like the
No,
quilting
I'm
documentary.
good.
Okay, cool.
I mean, if you have more points, I can take
Yeah.
them. I don't need them. I'm at 4 now.
Yeah, how are Cthulhu,
You're
how
at
are
four
investigators and quilters alike?
Stitching
We'll take one.
montages.
Oh, you only have 2 first aid points to spend giving me 4 health.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is that what
that's
you
what
said?
I
I thought you said 4.
Yeah,
I
the health.
misinterpreted.
Yeah, sorry.
But if I use it on myself, I
No.
don't get
That's...
that many.
I misinterpreted.
Yeah, always
so I
use
went
Teamwork is helpful.
9 instead of 5.
Teamwork is helpful.
Sounds
All right.
good? Everybody feels
Yes.
healthy?
So you're refreshed. You're good. Everything's great.
Nothing is broken.
Nothing is broken. So you have the address of where, and it is a farmhouse outside of about an hour outside of Boston.
Do we have a time?
It was supposed to be 10 o'clock tonight. You
this is
do
Alex.
think the incidents at the lodge might have changed that timetable. But if it's a farmhouse, it's an isolated situation. Alex doesn't want to be anywhere near the city, so that is probably a good indication that it's his actual hideout. So you could go in that general vicinity. You know, you look on a map, you can see that there is a farming goods store nearby. It is there.
We tell him to answer the phone at the farm goods store.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys have a great track record with farming communities. So you could go there. If anybody actually, you read the newspapers with an eye for unusual stuff, you do see that
Sure.
there has been a local youth, about 20 years old, about 19, 18, farmhand has disappeared nearby.
Snip, snip.
So that could be the thing. You could just abandon everything and go back to New York or whatever. But you did go a long way to figure out where Alex was, and so you have that. So what is your play?
Or we could just go to London like we originally planned.
Yeah,
forget this.
you could abandon everything and head on to London, which I did not prepare for tonight. So we would.
London it is!
So
Let's accelerate the plan to ice cream.
yeah. I will say, actually,
We'll give you half an hour. Ross.
Let's see. Does anybody have outdoorsmen or?
That's a thing.
Well, yes, I do.
I have one of
Okay. You can look at. You can spend some time. There's a nearby library. There's a nearby place of records. With 0 points, you can pull up a map of the
Alright.
farmstead, the Sterling Steed Farm. which this is actually from a generic RPG Now supplement.
Yay.
So here's it's 2.5 acres, gravel road leading up. There is a farmhouse, some hog houses, chicken coop, and barn. And ignore the little stars. That's from a scenario that this was originally used in. But you can pass that around. So you have a layout of what the place.
Here's a monster. Here's a monster.
No.
Why are there 2 hog houses?
Well, you know.
Sows and
Lots of
boars.
dogs.
Yeah. So you can approach that from any direction. If you approach it from any direction other than the one with the gravel road on it, you'll be going across other
Farms.
other farms, private property.
Trespassing. That's what you're
Trespassing,
saying.
yeah. So that would either require talking to them to let you on their property, or stealth checks to get by them.
Looking at the land plats around there, are there the other farms? What size are they? Are there other farmhouses remarkably close?
Nothing within a couple of acres, at least. So actually, a couple mile or two at least from the nearest. I mean, very standard.
So, okay.
Fairly isolated.
How far does this gravel road go in terms of hooking up to county maintenance?
Not too much farther. Probably it hooks onto the road pretty closely around here, so maybe another 100 yards.
Perpendicular to the road?
Yeah.
Okay. So we wouldn't have to do a lot of trespassing to come in from either... Do we have a compass rose here?
I'll just say that
I'm
top
guessing,
is
north.
Just to be lazy.
So if we come in from the west side, either the northwest or the southwest, I would prefer the southwest because we can use the hog house for cover.
Except hogs are mean.
You don't
They're
have to go
inside.
in.
Well, this is being rented out, so that means maybe
There may not be
It's
hogs.
probably not.
you don't know what condition the buildings are in. You don't know anything about the Sterling family.
Exactly.
So you don't know if this is an active farm or these are just
Boxes
older
of jars
structures.
in your house.
There could be actresses chained up in the hog house knowing Alex, so...
Right.
There are no record. Today's newspaper, there's nothing about missing actresses, but just one missing farmhand.
So you're thinking, come down the road, park somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
walk.
Cut across the corner there. Hope that
There are
Farmer
trees along the
Jones is
road,
not
so you
bothered.
could just pull off the road behind the tree,
Okay. So
like
maybe
you do.
like you do.
snake behind
I
these
really
trees.
had to pee.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is the 20s.
Nobody's going to get uptight about that.
I have remember. What are we trying to learn from this meeting?
Well, probably
Learn.
you're probably just trying to
What?
kill. Remember, Alex Solo was the evil sorcerer who made the magic movie camera,
Right,
yes.
and
It'd
he
be cool
is
if he didn't
there.
exist
So
anymore.
we're trying to kill him, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that John
He does
Scott
want to
guy
kill
is
you.
a little weird.
You did steal his magic camera. You're
Yeah.
fairly certain he wants to kill you.
Do we have the magic camera with
Of
us?
course we do.
You do have it in
we brought
your
it with us.
possession.
So we can put him in the box.
If you can get it, you don't know what you haven't tested it, so you don't know what the range on it is.
Well, what
We did use it once.
trying?
You did
Right,
use it
at
once
close range.
at very
Use
close
it.
range.
Thinking back on the film strips we saw, what did
Yeah.
the effective range appear to
Do
be?
you have photography?
I do.
All right, with the 1-point photography, you can figure out the exact range of it.
All right, I will.
It will be about 75 feet max.
Okay, do we have a scale here?
It's 2.5 acre farm, so
Oh, that's
That's more than
tiny space on
yeah.
That's
The
maybe not.
farmhouse
An acre's not as
is-
big as you think it is.
Just to give you an idea, the farmhouse first story is approximately 833 square feet, so 20 by 40.
Okay, thanks. So really,
Let's
from
just
the
take
corner of the
whole
hog house to the main house is about 80
Yeah.
feet.
Let's just film the whole house.
That's what we're trying to determine if we can pull off.
Right.
If you can get it there, it is bulky and big and takes some time to set up. So you would not be able to just
Fine.
ambush him. You could sneak it on there. It would be more difficult to stealth, and then you need time to set it up without being detected.
Mhm.
Well, and we could set it up in the hog house if there's nobody there, and then lure him in there and film.
Yes, certainly.
That couldn't go horribly wrong in any way. shape, or form.
Film the entire farm. Walk around it Jericho style.
You cannot.
Everything's
There
gone.
are no Steadicam rigs for this.
Yeah.
This is totally
No crane
stationary.
shots.
It is also hand cranked.
We have speed.
We could just pull up at the entrance to the thing.
So how close would we have to get to be 75 feet away?
About the corner of the hog house.
That?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do that then.
Well, wouldn't it just be really tiny if we filmed it from farther away?
But magic. A wizard did it.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't just...
Wizard!
You also suspect you have to get the entire thing within the 75-foot range. You can't just get the edge of it within 75 feet. You have to get the whole thing within 75 feet.
So if we're here...
So, really, from
get all the
75
ways
feet, a house is actually too big to get in frame.
Yeah, you'd
That's
have to
what you're
get
telling
within.
me.
You have to get within. You have to get like with halfway there. So
like that tree.
So the house is 40 feet long, so you need to be 35 feet away at most to get the whole house in.
So
Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we only need to be 55 feet away on the other angle.
True.
So if we're like
Because
in
the
that
house is
tree,
not...
Yeah, it is pretty wide angle. I will say that. I don't know a lot about 1920s cinematography, so I cannot figure it out.
The great god Panavision!
Yeah. You get a point.
Of what?
Of what?
I didn't say.
I know. That's why I asked.
that means you can pick.
Yeah, no.
Yes, it means it
1920s movie trivia. There you go. It's a new ability. I just invented it.
That could actually be useful.
Could he just have his point of photography back?
All right, fine. That was a really good pun. So
Just saying.
you can have your point of photography back.
And
Yes.
we are horrible monsters bargaining over us.
Yeah,
I'd like to point out that I didn't bargain at all. The others did it for me. They're now my minions.
it's teamwork. All right.
Minions.
So,
There's a careful difference.
and also, however, you also know that it's based on lighting conditions as well. 75 feet assumes you have good lighting. If you're doing it at night and dark,
right.
you have to be closer. You have to get.
If the meeting was supposed to be at 10 o'clock, and it's probably been
It's
moved
got
up.
you with outdoorsmen. You don't have to spend. You have partial moon. I'm not going to look up the exact condition. This has been
Thank
about
you.
10 days since the campaign began, by the way.
Right.
So it's about January 25th, 1925.
All I'm saying is, well, I guess we should try to
You
do it
could
in cover
get
darkness,
spotlights.
but we don't have any darkness.
You could get spotlights, flares, that kind of thing, to create a lot of light really quickly.
Historically speaking, I think that should be a half moon.
Half moon? All right, that's fine.
he just made it up.
Yes.
Well, good call, Ian. Good call.
It was worth a shot.
Much respect.
It's not a full moon. Definitely, you don't get full moonlight.
I
But
was trying.
if somebody wants to pull up an almanac,
It's
it's
not
on.
worth it.
Yeah, all right. So it's based on lighting. It's based on distance. And with your photography, you would obviously be the one manning it. You need time to set it up. So that's if you want to use this. Again, Alex is human. He is, you can just put a cap in his head. But he is also a sorcerer with scary magic.
Right.
Yeah.
So he could have armor that we can't see, like...
Well, that spell's the guy you attack literally has every spell in the book. So, I'm out of character.
Alex had a magic camera. I'm assuming he's got quite a few numbers of the spells in
Fair
the
enough.
books.
Probably better to be cautious. So, surprise or something that cannot be resisted, like the magic hammer. So you know what Alex is there for. He's there to, you have an idea of what he's there for. He's there for some sort of meeting with them. You don't know what the meeting is going to be about. You kind of blew your chance to get out more information about that.
I got plenty out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're alive.
Well, actually, no. You have some of the documents and stuff like that.
I sure do.
You can spend this afternoon researching that, or this morning researching John Scott's cramped, horrible handwriting.
You were going to do that anyway, weren't you? Because it's written in...
It will take you until
I
mid-afternoon,
have
like 2
libraries.
o'clock. Yeah, to go through all that.
How much is that going to cost me?
Just 1 point. It's just time. Time is more important now than anything else. So you spend that.
It's done.
So what are the rest of you going to be doing? You've just finished stitching each other up and eating breakfast and looking. You got the map and you figure out where it was. So that's where we are now. So he's sequestered himself and reading all these documents you found.
Okay, so in case our original plan of sneaking up and filming the whole house does not work, do we want to
You
have...
could. You can't do it from the cover of a building. You have to get
Right.
right in the field.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm
Whisper
saying
warning.
is if plan A does not work...
Well, there is those
plan-
trees nearby. You could do it from a tree, but that would sounds more trouble than it's worth.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So do we want a plan B? Like a lure him out kind of plan?
Well, I feel like if you guys want to work on that, I'll be happy to contribute, aside from the fact that I'm going to be trying to enact Plan A.
Well, I know.
So,
But I'm saying, shall we plan Plan B?
by all means. Just,
Any ideas how to lure him?
that was...
An explosion.
That
might-
is your solution for
An
everything.
That
explosion
would
in the
probably
hoghouse.
that could also cause him to flee too.
And then we
He's met you guys before, and he knows what kind of thing.
Flee on foot in a farmhouse?
Well, out into the
So what's
field.
something that is innocuous enough to not
It worked for
raise any
Aaron.
suspicion?
Oh, wait.
Well, it's easier when you're a deeply scary sorcerer with magic powers who can kill people by chanting a few words.
Nice.
So,
Deeply scary sorcerer.
so he might not be as scared to go out in the woods at night.
But he's afraid of an explosion.
Well, he might
The
realize.
explosion is sinister and suspicious.
It's hard to
Why
prepare
would you
flesh
want to
wound
run to an
against-
explosion? That's the
Well,
kind.
to see what caused it, or if things.
To turn around and walk away slowly.
Yeah, exactly. You can go the no country. Well,
If there's actually hogs in the hog house, we could always just turn them loose.
Well, that's one thing. You don't have much information. You only have
'Cause
this
he's
map.
gonna care.
You could. One of you could spend this morning going to the general store nearby and ask around. With some sort of cover story, you could get more information about the farm, because the local farmers are going to know more about it. There's obviously going to be
horribly wrong.
yeah.
But then, if he decides to pick something up at the store and so
He is hiding from the law.
There is that. Now, granted, John Scott could stop at the farm place for a sodie.
Right.
and
This is true.
Found
Well,
out about it. So
this is true as well. You have the way you do have disguise. I don't know if you spent all that or not. You could ask NPCs to do it for you. You still have credit rating.
Yeah,
But
I
they're-
got some more money.
But they don't have as good. They won't necessarily get as much information out of it as you guys. But yeah, you can delegate.
Could we buy the farm and just torch it now?
You don't know who owns the farm,
well, that wouldn't necessarily kill him.
and then you have to actually. You could buy it, but you couldn't do it today. Like, it would take more than one day to buy a farm,
Could we hire an NPC?
even
to
with
be
credit
bait?
rating 6. You can't just like.
how can what's the leverage there?
Because if somebody could walk up to the door that doesn't look like one of us,
Acme Encyclopedia sales?
Exactly.
It would
It's the
be
point.
it would be the time. Yeah, it could do that. But again, that would be sending an NPC.
or
To their certain
my dog
doom.
got loose. I think he's hiding in your hog house. Can
Yeah.
you come open it for me?
That is another angle. Do you need to
Certainly
go law?
not a lot of squealing there.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, you know he's a fugitive from the law. He's wanted on multiple felonies. You could actually just
Call in a hot tip.
call in a hot tip.
We could send a bunch of policemen to their doom. That
Yeah.
won't be terrible.
It might not be so bad if I have another chance to do psychoanalysis
Yeah, I was gonna say.
before we do that.
No, that would go to sanity instead of stability.
It
I'm
would go to
sure.
both.
In other words, this is a bad
But you
idea.
could join the posse and have a bunch of red shirts with you, and I wouldn't even have to make you make as many stability checks for that if you're in danger with them as well. Anyway,
I still like the NPC bait idea.
Work on that.
okay.
Can we just hire one just in case? Just have one
Sure.
there. Okay.
All right. Who do you want to hire? Or what kind of person do you want to
Tommy did a good job.
hire? All right, you call
Did a
Tommy.
good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Can we just buy an animal to charge into the front door?
Sure.
Why are you just bringing it to charge to the front door?
All right, now listen, Rhino.
I'm just
That's your target.
You just don't have time to train. You could get a circus animal to do that. That's not even the most ridiculous
Bizarre.
idea ever. You
This
could
is the
get,
countryside. There are circuses running rampant. in the
there are
place.
circuses. You could do that. To run in the front door and do what?
Come on, Babar, we're going to charge the building.
Well, you could only get a local. You can't get an exotic animal this short.
Oh.
I will say that you can't
We
get.
couldn't steal one.
We can have animals.
There's nothing within that you could get there by that night.
I guess in the hog house making a lot of noise so that he'll come and investigate.
You could get a dog and.
Hogs
We
just
could
make
also
a lot
have
of
Tommy
noise.
wreck a car into the hog house or something.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
maybe
Tommy
guys
could
use
rig
duck
it.
or something.
You could 2 points of credit rating. Tommy could rig a truck to drive to just dead man. Put a brick on the accelerator and go into the hog house.
Bacon. I
And then
like
he
this idea.
Bacon?
Oh.
Truck, hog house, bacon.
Yeah.
There may not be hogs in the hog
Tommy would be willing to do that.
Okay. Well, I say we have him on reserve, like he's
All right.
hired,
That would be 1 point in credit
prepared.
rating.
Okay.
I'll spend it.
So he's on call. He's happy. He got paid. And so far, this has been a sweet gig.
Just sit there and
No one shot at him or anything.
We've got a plan B, Bill.
All right, they hired Tommy to stand by, and they figured they could have him set up a truck to drive into the hog house.
We could send him like a signal.
Just put a brick on the accelerator, point in the right direction, put a brick on the accelerator, and
Make bacon.
that would be it. That would be it's quite a distraction.
Trail of Cthulhu, greatest hits plan. I love it.
So
By the
We have
by,
a
we
plan
seem to
B.
be ignoring
So-
the fact that we have access to a rifle with a sniper scope.
yeah, and you
Dude,
can
I'm ready to have it on hand.
you have handguns and shotguns.
Right, it's, the scope part. The being able
Yeah.
to look at people when they cannot see.
Oh,
You can make
could
stealth
we
checks.
attach the scope to the
No.
camera?
Wizard.
Not that cat. It's not. It's we
It's
know
not
what
that
a
the camera
1920s
can't
movie
see.
camera looks like. It's big.
Can I build a dolly for the camera so we can move it around?
Now that's a good question.
Yeah, you could.
That wouldn't take more than today.
You with the points of credit rating, you could find one. Do you have photography?
I
Bill
do.
does. Bill, if you spent the rest of the day in 1 point of credit rating from anybody, you could get a dolly system.
I'm still reading.
We can tow it behind the car. It'll be fine.
Well, dolly system, I'll say you could, if you have time to set it up in a building, you could have it ready to go on the point, and then spin the camera around at any angle. So you
No matter
could have,
which way it came in.
no matter which way it came in. So if you wanted to set it up in a building, you could do that fairly easily. It'd take you like 15 minutes. It wouldn't even be that noisy.
So if we can get him into the hog.
Well, I mean, if they're right next to the building, they would hear it. But if they're in the farmhouse and you're in the hog house, they're not going to hear it. So, yeah, you could do that. That's if you want to do that. One thing is, again, you don't have great information on the building. So, are you guys going? You guys are or not going to go to the general store? Because this is morning. This would be the time to do it.
I could do that. I have 3 points of disguise left.
Sure.
So I could disguise
You could
myself
just
and kind of-
disguise yourself as like a immigrant worker or something like that. Someone looking for job somewhere.
Disguise yourself as Juan Valdez. They'll
Yeah.
never know.
Well, I mean,
The guy
for
turns up everywhere.
from Appalachia or something like that.
Okay. So is that one where I just spend it before I roll?
You roll.
Okay.
So tell me if you want to spend any points
I'll
ahead.
spend 2.
All right. What are you dressing yourself as like an honest country woman or is something else?
Or a dishonest country woman.
It's an important distinction.
We have the Starlet D you need to wear.
What's this? Yeah, it's a farm outside of Boston.
It's rural Massachusetts. Nothing bad ever happens in rural Massachusetts.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't look
Would
at
there be-
all my
I would've
Arkham books.
Would there be like governesses back then?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe I'll be
You could be just passing through.
posing as a governess for these farmhouses, and I'm trying to
Sure,
figure
they're
out
well-to-do farmers too. So
if anyone lives here. I saw it on the way, and I'm trying
Sure.
to.
all right, give me a discussion.
Okay, so
Nice.
Yeah, no, you are.
The
This is
night.
Doubtfire, but not. You're
Too soon,
I'm
Ross.
Yeah,
Too
this
soon.
is-
Yeah.
Mary Poppins, but American. That no.
Better.
All right.
Too soon.
So you, so you head over there. What kind of questions are you wanting to? There's friendly general store Bob, running behind the counter. Oh, howdy, miss. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just passing through trying to find work. I have experience as a governess, and I thought kind of curious, about the people out here. And
Oh, okay.
Kind of
Well,
what
I'd be
they're
happy
like
to tell
and-
you. I think, the Smiths out there are. So you get to talking. Do you have reassurance, right, or flattery?
I have
For 0 points, he gives you a list of the names. He mentions that the Sterling family has moved away to the city. And that's the name of the family that owns the farm. So you get that for free. So you know that they're not there. They're renting it out, obviously. So he tells you not to go there to waste your time. So if you want to make point spends, now you can get more information to learn more about the Sterling farm. He also mentions that the local Taylor Higgins, a local farmhand, went missing. You probably boy ran off to the circus or something. But some of his Paul saying he got killed or something. He had a dream about it, but all these. So those are the 2 topics. So you can make point spins on those 2 topics.
Could I make a point on reassurance to ask, say, I don't know if that would be reassurance, but that I passed this area and I saw some lights on, and so I was curious about that. If there was some people, using the facilities there. Or?
Sure. Well, you do so with a point of reassurance. You do so in a way that doesn't raise his suspicions. It doesn't make you look like you're some revenue or something. Trying to investigate these good, honest folk. So he goes, "Oh yeah, no, that's what's his name? Carl. He's German. Don't believe it. No, he ain't German. No, his woman is. He's Russian, but he's an artist, and he says he wanted to study nature away from the city. So he's rented out the place. He's got money too, so that's why the Sterling family. But he's very, very reclusive. They even's got a butler, another Russian guy. He comes in once a week, gets groceries. Doesn't say much, kind of mean-looking guy, but he says, everyone stay away from his house. It's kind of weird, though. He bought a cow a while ago. He said he needed it for, to make drawings of it. Yeah.
That's impossible. Wizard.
Yeah. But, very kind of odd people, but they don't have no kids. So, and they're very peculiar.
She's posing as a governess. It's a reasonable...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, they're kind of odd people. They don't have any kids. I was wondering.
They don't have any kids. I wouldn't bug them. They seem the kind of type that don't like people intruding. They're very private, Yeah. Especially in those barns. I mean, the whole place is kind of run down anyways. I don't like the Sterlings did much farming when they... Don't... To the hell am I said that if you ever run into him. So anyways, he gets to running. So is there anything else you want to find out about the Sterling farm?
Was there stuff you would want me to ask?
Uh-huh.
I mean, we know that there's at least 2 people there and a cow.
Well, 3.
3, yeah.
2 people and a cow.
The Russian artist, the German girlfriend, and the butler.
So in all likelihood, the hog house is empty.
Maybe. Or
they're all run down. They haven't been used, so the only animal that might be on the property is a cow that he bought for drawing. He doesn't volunteer one. He says that he was going to show a film he made a little while ago, but but we're thinking about figuring out. He said he was going to show us in the barn, but he's going to be next week or something like that. It's going to be real hootenanny.
He has to die.
Yeah. But yeah, kind of well. He did tell you, but I guess he's trying to raise money from it because he's kind of strapped on cash. I figure he's been his servants.
His wild cow purchasing.
Yeah, his butler is all very penny pinching. Always gets the cheapest kind of goods. He never gets no luxury goods. I guess being an artist is really hard. Yeah. So
This is Russia in the 20s.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But he is... So you find out, Alex apparently is on a hard time being a fugitive from the laws. Hard on the bankroll. Weird. There's 3 people there. They might have a cow.
At one point they had a cow. They might still have a cow.
They bought a cow. For 0 point occult, anybody knows, hey, animals are used for sacrifices for all kinds of things.
Wouldn't that be 0 point common sense?
Yeah, 0 point occult. But anyways, so that's what we figure out. If there's anything else you want to ask about? Okay. All right, so you get information.
You should go talk to the dad of the guy who disappeared.
Mr. Higgins.
Mr. Higgins.
Yeah. He shows up pretty soon. He's very dour. He asks Bob, "Have you heard anything about my son?" And like, no, I haven't heard it. So they start talking about that a little bit. So Mr. Higgins, I'll say Frank Higgins, is very agitated. You can step in and try and reassure him or flatter him or intimidate him. Swear to me,
He needs that, right?
Yeah, no, that would be fun.
Life.
Or oral history, if you have that. That would work as well.
I could use a reassurance.
Okay. So he tells you, well, my boy was, the last couple of weeks, he's been getting all these weird ideas about being better than not being a farmer, being someone who's going to be he said, a dreamer, a big man, who's going to make his work come to life or something. And he was going to change the world. And there's all these things. And I think there was some woman involved that was, because I smelled perfume on him one night when he came in, and his hair was all messed up, and I was like, what hussy was you with? And he wouldn't say. Last I heard, but I took the keys away from the car, so he couldn't drive around, so it was somewhere nearby. No one here's talking about it. I don't get it. With that, you figure out the address of it. It's somewhere, find out the Higgins farm is within walking distance. In fact, it would be, like, if these were plotted out, it would be...
Imagine, if you will, another farm of exactly the same size, just rotated 180 degrees.
So the Higgins farm would be this one right here. The end of their land touches with this one right here in the corner. So, and he said he left all these strange pictures in his room. He was making hearts. And I figured it out.
Tijuana Bibles.
Yeah. Maybe it's a little later, but maybe not. I see.
Oh, Ross, there's always been porn.
Well, yeah, but the Tijuana Bible form, I think that was more in the 30s. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm sure the commenters would, the listeners will elucidate us.
Get on that, Crawlkill.
Yeah, exactly. So you get that. And if there's anything else you want to ask?
Was he interested in film?
Motion picture. He mentioned that. He said he saw. Yeah, he was lying. He's making all this stuff up. Said he saw this great movie, this great motion picture about this. I couldn't even. It just made no sense. Said there was a building. There was this beautiful woman in it, and there was a monster, and he was just. But the monster wasn't really a monster. It was good, and it was just nonsense. He must have been
this cow.
Yeah, it was getting all up in this business. So so he kind of rambled. Yeah, but apparently he saw some sort of motion picture. But there's no movie theaters within walking distance. And Tyler, did I say Taylor? Yeah, Taylor. Had no access to a car, so he had to be within walking distance. He's sneaking out at night and saw a motion picture.
And now he's gone.
And now he's gone. Anything else?
Can I consult everyone? Assuming that I talked to them in advance.
You could have talked to him ahead of time for general indications.
Okay. I'm wondering if we want to ask Higgins in a way if we could use access to his property.
Maybe.
For what?
Sure.
Maybe I could tell Higgins that I know a detective, and I could see if I could ask my detective friend if he'll look into tracking your son and see if he can...
All right, with reassurance, you don't even know it's been. That's a really good idea. He says, well, if you... that's very mighty Christian of you. That's mighty good of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's... you can come on my property whenever you want. Just look around. I really appreciate that.
If I learn anything, I'll definitely.
Right, I can't pay you. I can cook dinner. Ma cooks a mean dinner.
Nice save, Ross. I was wondering exactly what sort of rustic fare you were going to describe to us.
I shot a rabbit the other day.
Corn pone?
Yeah. It's more southern. This is
pork pone?
Yeah, something like that. So you have access to the farm now.
Cool.
And he tells you a little bit about the land. Actually, I'll give you a 3-point pool to sneak around in rural territory now.
Yay!
Rural sneaking.
So,
maybe. I wonder if we could have a look at his son's drawings.
So 2:00 rolls around. You come back to the hotel. You're finished up.
Your son's room and have a look at his
looking at the documents.
So what did I find?
What you find out is that there's been correspondence between Alex and John, and
Surprise.
that started very soon after. Actually, there have been one or two messages that are older that you don't have, but were referenced. Apparently, they introduced each other some years ago, so they were aware of each other for a while, but they didn't have much to do with each other because they were on different coasts and pursuing different occult agendas until just after you drove him out of town.
Shocking.
Weird. So Alex apparently has had some difficulties. He thought he
Weird.
evading the law and staying a high-rolling, murderous cult leader would be easier than it was. So
It's hard out here
after
for
a short
murderous
time
cult
in
leader.
Europe, he has returned to the United States to contact them because he wants to sell them certain items for cold hard cash. And
Love to see the sale bill on that.
John Scott is first expressing incredulousness. It's like, why would you sell this? They're very oblique in what they're referencing, but they're initials, so that you can tell some sort of code. But I like one they're using actually not just code, but like Roman numbers like 13. Why would you be selling 13? And like, I can't believe you would sell that. And he's like, well, I make the decisions now, and I get to control what goes where. I don't need that anymore. I need money to pursue a new vision for my faith. Yes, for my art and for my faith. And so you get a sense that he's selling something important to the Synopsis to John Scott. Some sort of relic or something like that would be highly significant to the
The
Synopsis.
ceremonial scissors.
Well, you don't know what they had.
It's one of the cow horns. They
It could have been something he retrieved from Europe. You do also find out Alex has access to some sort of magic that allows him to cross travel vast distances very easily.
Fuck no.
It requires a ritual, though, so it can't do it on the fly.
Does the ritual involve a cow?
Apparently, a lot of the magic involves blood. He actually asked them at one point, "Can you spare me a sacrificial human?" And
Sorry, Taylor.
You have one?
yeah, and John Scott says no. We're not going to do that. Why don't you buy a cow? They're just as good. They're all cattle anyway. And he's like, I will make do with what I have.
That still doesn't look good for Taylor.
Yeah. So, it was just a straight up sale. It was going to be the first of many sales. It was kind of like testing the waters to see if there was going to be more exchanges between the Synopsis and the Order of the Silver Twilight. If this worked out well, then they would have been like exchange. Like Alex did express interest in access to certain of their grimoires and tomes, and would have been willing to exchange knowledge, which certainly would have been more dangerous.
Do we know who John Scott works for?
John Scott was the master of the Silver Twilight Lodge.
But his contacts in Europe. He's been in Europe.
No, the Alex.
Alex
Alex
is
was in
been
Europe.
Yeah, Alex. John Scott's always been in Boston.
Any reference to the London area that we have to deal with?
Alex only mentions Berlin. So, apparently, Clara.
Great.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind, given, everything we've seen so far, it's probable that John Scott has artificially, lengthened his lifespan. So, he's his own boss by virtue of being the oldest out of everyone.
Yeah. So,
He's a lich! Burn him!
So that's what you get a sense from the information. You also get a sense, you have assess honesty, right?
Yep.
With 0 points, you can tell that obviously they don't fully trust one another.
0 point
I am
common sense spend.
Yeah, they're probably making preparations. And so you can make a spend if you want. I'll give you more information if you...
Spend in what category?
Assess honesty.
Oh, okay. I'll spend 1.
You get the idea that they're very... There's many times they mention caution and making sure that the signs are right, and that they're you read into that paranoia. They're both fairly paranoid. So you get the sense that John Scott is almost certainly not going to show up tonight because of the attack that happened last night,
What?
thanks to you.
Now.
He has no idea who attacked him, whether it was Alex's people trying to infiltrate his organization.
Yeah, it was.
Totally.
He doesn't know.
Exactly.
So Alex
It
doesn't
was
know.
him. Yeah.
Or John doesn't know that. But the thing is, Alex there's no way Alex could have found that out. Alex is secluded away in the farmhouse. So you could pose as the people. You don't know if
As John Scott.
He knows us, though.
he knows John Scott. You do know that they've met each other in person, but you don't know if John Scott would have gone himself or just sent agents.
But Alex knows us.
That's what disguise is for.
Or Tommy.
Or Tony.
Tommy.
Tommy.
You could, yeah.
That's his
Boston,
name.
not Jersey.
Tommy Tony.
Since
Sounds
replacement
about right.
character, if anybody does not survive that, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, you have that route available to you. Certainly, you could at least maybe not get to the point where you're meeting with him, but you could certainly drive up onto his gravel road without, being attacked.
Is there a way to rig up the camera in the car so we can hide in the car and get him when he's opening the door for...
Nobody's-
Not with a car. With a truck, you could. But you don't know if a truck would raise suspicion.
It would probably...
They're just going to be bringing... You know what they're
Can
bringing.
I tell what was going... get a sense of the size of what was going to be sold from the letters? Because then a truck might make sense.
With a Cthulhu Mythos spend and a sanity.
Do it!
I'll do it.
All right.
Learn things!
You actually get a sense... No, it's Scopsy Relic. You suddenly you flashback to a dream that you had forgotten.
It's a
you,
jar full of testicles.
No, it is actually a...
Giant testicle.
No, you know what they do with those. They throw them they give them to their mother, the Black Mother, as an offering. So those are eaten by, the mother.
Shut.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's totally gross. What you realize of what it is one of the holy relics of the Scopsy religion, because you've seen this in your dreams. You've also seen this in a movie that Alex filmed, the Black Mass film. It is a screen.
A screen?
It is not like a television screen, but like... Let me see.
No, like a screen behind an altar.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fairly large. We could justify a truck.
Let's see here. Research the Scopsy. Here we go. Yeah, it is a very... it is Ethan Gold. It depicts the mother in all her glory.
Don't look at it.
Yeah, don't look at it.
No, but we could justify a truck.
Yeah.
Because if this is the size of what I'm thinking it is, like European style 17th, 18th century behind an altar size.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty big. You'd need a truck.
Let's see here.
You couldn't get by in the little cars that are going.
Oh, right, no, they're icons, actually, sorry. There are 4 icons hanging on the wall. They depict disturbing scenes, self-castration by the faithful, human sacrifice, a burning church, what appears to be a large, many-breasted creature giving birth to a grown man.
What you do?
Yeah. They are icons. So they are large, but
Worst Tijuana Bible ever.
Yeah. They would fit in there, but they are holy relics of the... and certainly used in their rituals to contact their mother. I.e., to contact
Hello, mother.
the god
Hello,
Stripnagel.
father.
Those still could be fairly large.
They could be. You could, yeah. You could, with a difficult. It would require some fast talking, some reassurance to. We just wanted a nice crate to pack our relics away.
Pack your relics away.
Yeah.
This is service we offer.
Yeah, exactly. So you
This
could
is service we offer.
Will not break. Will not break.
exactly. So you could do that. Yeah, it would be worth a shot.
I got reassurance to blow.
Oh, man.
It wouldn't actually be you doing the reassurance. Is that okay?
If you're disguised well enough, you won't necessarily. Right? Remember, he only met you guys once. There was at night, and there was
How's your disguise?
it was
There were
kind of
other
chaos.
things going
A
on.
lot of
one.
chaos.
I only have one
I have 3.
How many reassurance do you have?
2. But
That's
I'm the
same
one
as
with
me.
photography, but I could disguise you.
It is
This-
also
Ah!
dark.
That's true. Can we
He's
spend
going
disguise
south.
on each other?
Ah!
Dress somebody else up?
Sure.
Okay, because I have
Remember, disguise is also your impersonation. So you will, if you disguise, you can help somebody disguise themselves well. And if you do well, they'll get a bonus, but they will still have to make rolls when they talk to Alex. Because you'll have to disguise your accent and your mannerisms. And you're like, I'm not a Catholic priest. I'm certainly not the one who tried to kill you a couple months ago.
So do we want...
Does
want
anybody
Ersa,
else
like,
have
a
reassurance? Because I
tiny
feel like you might actually be the most memorable to
Or
them.
flattery. Flattery would work as well.
I
if
think
you
that
suck
Chinese
up to
lady
it.
might be too memorable too.
We can work around that. Well, but we should go with one of the guys since Silver Twilight Lodge is sexist.
Exactly.
And I'm going to be busy.
Yep. Sorry.
All right, then.
Well,
Or you could
I mean-
set up for Tommy.
No.
Disguise him
you
really
could
well.
disguise me as a guy again, I guess. And then we could go and I could be his assistant.
Alex might see through those kind of disguises more efficiently than stodgy old drunk guys at a fraternal organization.
Good.
Yeah. So,
Alex is pretty sharp one. He is also a movie director with lots of experience with makeup and disguises and that kind of thing.
Fake beards.
Yeah. So he might see through it. But it will be up to the roll of the dice.
Mm-hmm.
And if you prep them ahead of time, they'll get a bonus on the roll, but it will still be up to the dice.
Sure.
So, is that your play?
So I'm thinking.
You do have, with access to Higgins Farm, you could make a
Yeah.
hard entry.
yeah. Should I make a psychoanalysis boost before I go in there?
Or you could do both, like, 2 guys could go there, the 2 women sneak in through there.
But we need
Well-
Bill operating the camera.
Right. I mean, basically what I'm thinking there is, at this point, we can actually use you guys to lure him out. You know, what would be really great is if it were a box truck and we could somehow manage to shut him in the box truck and then just film the truck.
Indiana Jones 3 style.
That would make sense, because we don't want these artifacts just out in the open where people can see them in their truck.
True.
So it makes sense we bring...
Well, I mean, only you guys, you'd be the only ones who'd be seeing them against the village. It is an isolated area.
Back the truck
Right.
up to the door.
They're valuable. We don't want them to get damaged.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So that only leaves us the butler and his very stabby wife.
Yep.
Girlfriend person.
Do we know if they're magical?
Very stabby. It still kills you dead.
As far as you know, they don't have any magical abilities.
Are we concerned about killing all of them? Or can we just kill him?
She's a serial killer, you know
That's
that.
true. We do want to kill
And
him.
he is also, the butler is probably that servant guy who is certainly
Yeah.
a cult member. And
But
fairly-
Alex is the only one we need to trap via camera.
Well, we don't have to do that. We're just obsessed with it for poetic justice reasons. I mean, let's be honest here.
And for factors of magic beating magic.
Right. Provided he's that paranoid, which, you know,
Right.
maybe.
Fair enough. I will say you will not regain sanity. Normally you regain sanity if you defeat the mythos. If you're using the mythos to fight the mythos, it's a net 0.
Sure.
Uh,
What if we then destroy the camera?
the camera would then give you a reward.
Huh.
If you can
That's
avoid,
nice.
like, hey, this was a really powerful weapon. Maybe we should keep that.
No. It only
No,
needs...
we will
yeah.
destroy the One Ring. We will throw it into the fires of Mount Doom. No questions.
You say this now.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Unless we want to film the entire Juju house. No.
No.
See, there
No more
See?
escalation.
Don't you want to try that?
No.
Would it be easy? Yeah. All right.
Silence. Get thee behind me.
All right, so your plan is to get a box truck.
Mhm.
That's a point of credit rating from somebody. To rent a box truck. Tommy can rent it under a false name, but you still need cash.
Make it rain.
Yeah. You guys are rich people fighting the mythos. There's
Might as well spend the money.
pretty much the best use of money is actually fighting evil cults. I can't argue with that. As rich people hobby goes, this is pretty nice. So you're in a box truck. Are you rigging the camera inside the...
No, not inside the box truck.
Okay.
So, yeah. Were we doing the thing where we were building the dolly?
You could have that. You could
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Because then we can approach from this angle. We can set up, like, ahead of time-ish.
Where?
Well, that would sort of be based on, like, would it be better to set up either in the barn or in the near hog house? I'm not going to cross that many lines of sight for the main house.
Well, I mean, you can see, like, again, it would be a stealth check regardless.
Right, but
You know
level
how the
of
camera...
difficulty.
Oh, the difficulty?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
Isn't that the same number of line of sight checks for going to this hog house versus this hog house? Because then we could drive the truck up here,
yeah.
and then you'd be ready, and then we'd all be...
Basically, what I'm saying is barn as a basic point. And then once I see how bad or not the situation looks, or how badly the star vampire that's chowing down on the cow kills us.
Because Ross is a
No
monster.
predictions.
Yeah.
Whatever. Sean's been sitting over there doing this for
I
the
have
last half hour.
and this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm saying
So you're just going to make your decision when you get there?
we
Okay.
will at least be set up in the barn, and if one of the hog houses looks like a better choice. So yeah. So it's January. The meeting is set for 10 o'clock. That means we've got a good solid 4 hours.
I'll
of
say
darkness.
Boston has not gotten a lot of snow. There's some light snow on the ground, but
Oh,
not
thanks.
much. Yeah.
Thank you.
But it's not blizzard conditions or anything like that, because the Master Nyarlathotep campaign doesn't have a section for a different campaign. Off tangent, like we are.
Weird.
Yeah. So yeah, we're fine. So yeah, it is brisk. It is cold. You're all wearing coats, obviously.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys are going to be sneaking up first before you guys.
Yeah, we've got 4 hours of darkness to work with.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, we should check out the kids' drawings. That could be fun.
All right.
Okay.
While
So-
we're there.
Yeah.
So is it just who's going? You and
I could go so that they can introduce
you obviously need to introduce them. Yeah.
Well, and I need to stay and help disguise.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
disguising me.
Okay. Well, you can do that before you go.
Right.
So just make your
Preemptive
disguise
discovery.
check now, Melissa.
How many are you going to spend?
I will spend 5.
What?
Be very disguised. What?
Wow.
No,
That's good job.
with a big commitment like that.
Good idea.
With the 6.
Well done, Melissa.
Good choice.
Well done.
Roll the 1. We've spent 5. Got a 6. With the 6, you get a +1 on all your disguise checks.
And I have one on my own for
Yeah.
disguise. So sweet.
So yeah, so you can spend that whenever, but you always get a +1 when.
Bonus.
You're disguised not as a Catholic priest. You're disguised as a member of the Hermetic Order, the Silver Twilight. So
So a wasp.
yeah, a wasp. It's very uncomfortable. You're itching.
Chafing under
Yeah,
it.
chafing under.
Chafing under the
yeah,
collar.
Yeah, chafing under the non-collar.
My neck's not used to getting all this air.
Yeah,
Too
exactly.
much light. It burns
It's
us.
dark out.
So,
Too much.
so the 3 of you are heading to the Higgins farm.
Uh-huh.
All right, so the 3 of you head there. Frank is there. He welcomes you. It's late afternoon by this point.
Yeah.
He, tells you the same story of him, his boy, getting fanciful ideas in his head. Thinks he's too good for the farm. Farm is going to be good forever. People always need food. Honestly, anything will ever change. So you head up into the room.
Mhm.
You can see that his, so you can make spins now. One, a cult, certainly. There are a mess of drawings that look rather chaotic. Evidence collection. Yeah, actually, 1 point of evidence collection, you find there is a loose floorboard and a journal in it. Like every good Lovecraftian character, he kept a journal. And he talks about, are you going to show that to Frank, or are you just going to pocket that surreptitiously? All right, so Frank, you don't even have to make a check because Frank is trusting.
Might
So,
be best that he not learn this one. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
so you can tell, obviously, that Taylor wanted to be an artist. He was doing a lot of life studies and stuff like that, but his drawings get more and more chaotic.
I'm an artist, Paul.
They are dated, and you can tell that they correspond with they start becoming more and more chaotic shortly after Alex shows up on the farm. And you sneak away to read the book, I assume.
Yes. Yeah, use your outhouse.
Yeah. All right, you got some reading material. You skim it fairly quickly. There's not many entries in there because it starts basically the night he met Clara, a beautiful woman that he met out in the woods. My muse, she was going to show me such sights, and she
Such
loves
sights we have to show you.
Exactly. But he shows that the true art is born of sacrifice and he talks about his failure, which apparently he was invited out to the barn, and there was two strange men he'd never met before, but Clara asked him to kill a cow, and spill its blood, and he thought this was about
Kill that
art,
cow,
but he was
spill
having
its
sex,
blood.
but he couldn't do it, and in anger, one of the men cuts the throat of the cow and says strange words, and Taylor felt very odd about that. And I was thinking about, I should maybe tell my pastor about this. This is going too far. But Claire apologized. She said, "Just come back, and I realized I was wrong. Come with me." And that's the last entry. So yeah, he was being groomed. Well, do you have a cult?
I do.
Yeah. Well, with 1 point, with 0, you can tell he was being groomed for membership. But that was his first test to see if he wanted to be a member of the Scopsy, and he failed.
Oh, no.
And then he disappeared shortly after the failure, after being lured away. So, you can guess what happened, or you don't know exactly what happened. They might have captured him and are trying to brainwash him at this point, or maybe they just killed him to hide their secret. So,
and blood.
Yeah. So you guys,
It's a growth industry.
actually, yeah, no, that's about, yeah. Any other spins you want to write, or any other skills you have?
Well, that was free on occult, right?
Yeah, that was free on
for
occult.
spending.
With a 1 point spend, you can narrow down what happened to him. Melissa.
You're the one holding the journal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, with that, 1 point in the cult, no, they probably would not have kept him, because they couldn't, they're still, it's isolated, but it's not isolated enough. You realize they would have killed him and buried him to get rid of to make sure that he couldn't tell anybody else about what they're really up to.
Mm-hmm.
Would we get a reward if we return the body to the dad?
Sure. Well, the bad dad doesn't have much money, but certainly you would, get a reward from the local police. You get stability back, actually. I'll give you stability.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you run across a fresh grave.
Yeah. There's that, but
does bring up the problem of the other fresh graves we're going to be making, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are, when they are fugitives, but you're sneaking in to kill them, or destroy them with magic, so that, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't involve graves.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ross.
Yeah, this is true. See, don't you want to keep the camera then? It's so
And if we
convenient.
make a grave, technically isn't that a graveyard? We could call the ghoul.
Yeah, sure. No, go ahead, call.
Free body disposal unit. Yeah, that's that.
It's bad, you guys. This mythos stuff is pretty useful, isn't it? So that takes you about an hour or so to get through his house. If there's any other questions you have, but it seems to be pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
So you and Tommy, I guess, are going. Do you have Tom? Are you driving up by yourself, or are you going to have Tommy come with you? Or
Tommy's coming with me.
okay.
He's probably driving.
Yeah.
Okay, he's driving. Yeah,
You're wearing a disguise.
Yeah.
he doesn't ask what's in the truck to his credit. So
He's
course he does.
good.
yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
Let's take him to London.
Yeah, no, get those backups started.
I call dibs.
Yeah.
His
So
last name is Gunn.
yeah,
Timothy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn. All right. I suppose I deserve that. So you guys need to sneak up before 10 o'clock, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, as soon as dark has good and fallen.
Yeah, which is pretty early. It's January. So you can either sneak separately or as a group. If you're sneaking together, only one person has to make the stealth check, and then all three of you can benefit from it. And all three of you can spend points to boost the roll. And you have a bonus pool of 3 points, because Frank has given you some tips on how to... Oh, you gotta watch for those potholes, or you watch for those gopher holes, and, blah, blah, blah.
Don't go through those brambles.
Yeah, the brambles are bad.
Here's how you get through a barbed wire fence.
Yep. There's not much there's some barbed wire on Frank's side. The Sterling farm is run down, doesn't really have barbed wire.
First, you have one person fall on it.
Yeah.
Then
So someone else should roll.
So who wants to roll, and who wants to
Right.
spin?
I'll add 2 stealth to whoever is rolling.
2 points?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll add.
don't we have that pool of sneaking
That's what
around?
Yeah. You have 3 bonus
I
points.
can
So you can...
spend. Do we spend 2? Or,
Just spend one.
It is a higher difficulty because you are carrying a big-ass camera. So.
Right.
All right. Well, spend whatever you feel like.
Frank does look kind of curious when you're hauling that large-ass box. Do you explain why? He figures as a private detective you need to go... He's fine with you going on there, but he is like... Doesn't say anything, but you can tell he's kind of confused about why you'd have a giant-ass box.
detectives take pictures and cops take pictures of the crime scene.
That's what you tell him?
It's a forensic camera.
Yeah.
Oh, my!
It's so that we can if we feel like we forgot something, maybe we'll see it.
All right, no, he totally believes that.
It uses radiation.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, no, radiation is good. Yeah.
Exactly. It's an X-ray camera.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. What a time to be alive.
Indeed.
So,
no novelty shots. I'm
so
sorry.
2 points, and then you're spending 2, so plus 4.
And I'll spend 2.
All right, plus 6. Give me a roll.
11.
You are the
Knight.
Yeah, you are totes the knight. It is cold and excruciating because you're moving slowly and carrying a big ass camera. So everybody needs to lose 1 point of athletics through the exertion.
Oh, man.
What if you don't have athletics?
You're negative athletic.
You lose 1 point of stealth then.
Okay. Whatever.
But so everyone give me some trouble check because you're now on enemy territory,
Including me.
These 3, they're sneaking on before you.
Okay.
Do the
I'll
meeting.
spend 2 to make a 7.
You get a 6. Okay.
I got a 7.
Oh, you got a 7. All right. So you're heading towards the barn, right? Direct.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you? This is the entrance, by the way, south end. So you're heading towards that end.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to come around, like, barn, given that
Actually,
it doesn't have any
there would be doors on
windows.
both sides. Yeah.
Right.
Good.
But mostly I'm just saying, like, we're not going to break the tree line and have, if we're going to come up to the barn,
Okay.
listen at the wall.
Okay.
or
Well,
whatever.
you get about here,
Uh-huh.
and you smell stench of death nearby. But who got a 7?
I did. Somebody
Okay.
didn't use bleach.
No, you notice one of the trees right there moves. Like it inches a few inches.
What?
Yeah. No, you could have totally sorry that tree was not that close. That tree just moved. It.
Ross, what are you...
Oh,
Starts throwing
shit.
apples at you.
Okay, but not in character.
You stop. All 3 of you stop.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You think you notice something. You thought you heard something. You're not totally
We
sure.
don't have time for that.
It stopped.
Out of character, it's really bad.
No, I know what
Really?
this is. This is very
It's
bad.
really very, very bad.
So you can't shoot a tree monster, whatever it is.
Well, you can.
If it'll make you feel better.
Yeah. You'll still be just as dead.
Why can't we use the camera?
Time.
Well,
It's
you
worth a
don't know if
shot.
it noticed you or not. It might.
Right. I'm still trying to think of how to deal with this, like, in character.
Okay. So you think you think of it. In fact, are you going to keep watching it for?
Well, yeah, if I saw it
All right.
on Twitch.
Yeah, it twitches again. It clearly didn't know. It doesn't know that you're there.
Clearly does know that
Does
we're
not. Does not.
there. Does not.
It just moved.
Oh, that's nice.
It's very slight movement. You only notice because you got a 7 that you actually.
Sure. Okay.
So, so you have that advantage over it.
Nice. And so we're coming through this way, and
Yeah,
we've
so
got
I'll just say
cover-
it's the big one.
Okay.
Of course, it's the big one.
Well, yeah, that figures. I'm gonna get everybody. We're gonna plaster up against the east side of the barn.
Okay, you plaster up the east side of the barn.
Mm-hmm.
There's just enough. There's actually a few holes in the roof of the barn. There's a bit of moonlight coming in, and you can see the savaged remains of a cow. Quite gruesome. You could smell it. It's even though it's January and it should be frozen, it is quite fetid and somehow still wet. And
Okay.
so anyway,
So
yeah.
I mean, I was okay with like a little ghoul knowledge, but like I really can't think of any reasonable way to know about Black Young in character.
Do you have Cthulhu Mythos?
I do.
You could have always had strange dreams.
Yeah, I probably. Sure, why not?
All right, 1 point of Cthulhu Mythos. Spin the point, lose a sanity. And to your horror, you realize the dreams that you've been having, and some of the things you've heard or read as you've skimmed many of these books over the last few months, that the priests of the Black Goat of the Woods have special servants, special guardians, who are said to blend in with the woods so perfectly that they resemble them. Creatures that were once old, were old and have remade themselves. That they're, the dark young.
Yep, that's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it we don't want it to notice us.
No, this is not Treebeard.
Yeah. This is one of those, like, when you pull a Dark Young in Arkham horror, like,
You're done.
you don't try to fight that. Like,
Run away!
yeah.
You can beat them into Arkham Horror.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
usually not the best use of your resources by a long shot.
No.
Anyway.
You could try and set the camera up right now very slowly outside.
It's fine. I'd like to peek around the northeast corner of the barn.
Let's see, north. Oh, this corner? Okay.
Yeah.
So with that 11, you can sneak up that side. You can see there are lights on in the farmhouse.
Okay.
That's all you can really
And
see.
there's a door on that side of the barn?
Yeah, there's a door on the north and south side.
Hinge
I actually have a
or...
detailed map of the thing. I got a PDF.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So you can see that. So
Is it a hinged door or a track door?
well, let me find out. There is modern floor plans working for barn.
Burn.
Barn.
There's swinging doors. It is so
Okay, so those are track doors on the north end.
yeah, sliding doors. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Oh, and there's a man door on either side.
Yeah, actually, yeah, there would be there's horse doors.
All right. Let's slip in the man door.
Okay. With 11, that's the end of your 11. You can sneak into the barn for free.
Okay.
To set up the camera would require another stealth attack.
That'll be fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, one quick thing. What's our signal?
If something goes awry and you need us. We're not going to
In the dark.
Oh.
You could,
like, all I really want is, like, can we have it down to, like, basically when you say what the signal is, you say that was the signal?
are you talking about something that they would know that they could detect from the barn that they would know?
That we would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would have to be something loud or bright. So, like, I mean, the first thing I'm thinking is...
I guess there's the slam of the door of the truck. Like, if you manage to get him in there.
Is that their aim, to get him slammed into the truck?
That was what we had discussed.
Because there's lots of ways to accomplish this.
You get in here, and then I guess you run or move over here to get to the barn to draw him to you. Or what?
No, we parked the truck next to the house.
Oh, yeah.
We say, would you like to inspect the merchandise?
Well, no, they're well, they would want to. Remember, you're the Silver Twilight Lounge. You're buying relics for cash. So he's going to expect a briefcase full of cash.
Yeah, he's not buying relics. Then what was the deal with the icons?
He's selling the icons.
Yeah,
Alex is selling the icons.
Okay.
with our big truck.
Herp derp. Sorry.
So he would want to pack them up in nice crates, so you could have big crates in your box truck to load up. But he's probably going to want to see cash before you start loading up any relics.
So you could lure him in there with cash.
Oh, I left my wallet in the back of the truck?
Well, you could say you don't want to conduct it in front of Tommy.
Or, well, he's supposed to be a member of the Twilight Lodge or Twilight Order. You could just say, I put the money in the truck in case the cops...
I still think we should have put the camera in the truck. But
yeah.
Too late now.
It's too late now.
No, we had to use all the resources that were available to us.
Yeah. All right.
Also, we learned something valuable. Horrifyingly scary and valuable.
Valuable. Better off not.
Just remember, the Dark Young can only chase one of you at a time, so...
Well, one Dark Young can only chase one of us at a time.
Yeah.
There's lots of trees on the farm, and there's lots of these little black stars.
There are many guards.
Black
in the
stars, you
castle.
can ignore that from the
I
scenario.
know Ross is saying that the black stars mean nothing, but I don't believe him. Ever.
We're on the same layer as the walls of the thing. Anyway,
Okay, so
all right.
I'll just lure him in there with the briefcase of cash, and I
Yeah,
know
you could
I
just
have
say,
money
I put the
because I've got
briefcase-
Vatican funds. So
You could have a big suitcase full of cash. So that would be, how many points of credit rating are you going to put in for the...
how much cash is a credit rating?
It's a money unit worth.
Yeah, it's a money unit's worth. It's basically... one would be enough if you've, got ones and then...
Covered it
true.
with hundreds on top.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
we'll
if
do that.
yeah, so that's basically... Alex might see through that. If you spend more, you get a bonus on any disguise check. Just you'd be like, oh shit, more money. And you get it back if you don't lose the money. Like, it's just, you're risking
Yeah,
it.
if
might
we
be
kill him,
filming
we
the
still
money.
get the money.
Yeah.
We'll
Right,
probably-
but we were going to kill him by filming it.
And
So
the
you-
money will be in there, but that's fine. We'll get the money back.
I mean, granted,
Margo
we
has
could
all the
always,
money.
we would probably have the projector at that point, at which point we could project the film, open up the Phantom truck, pull the briefcase out. That could never go terribly wrong.
We're not
No.
doing that.
We'll just leave the briefcase
We'll
in.
blackmail a banker to
spend-
get money.
I'll spend 2, so I have now +2 on all disguises because of the +1.
No, you get a bonus point. You get 1 bonus point of disguise.
Oh, okay, so I just add that.
1, you need to just do it, and then every point.
So I just put 1 + 1 over here on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
It's,
disguise.
it's shock
Okay.
value. It's
I'll-
that's a lot
I'll
of
do
money.
that. I'm
Okay.
spending
You don't
2.
look like anyone I might know.
Exactly. So Tommy knows to keep his mouth shut, and he is packing heat.
Can Tommy even talk?
He
I don't
can.
think Tommy can talk.
He can't. He has survived this long in the 20s by not asking questions and saying as little as possible, and being a
Smart
good driver.
boy.
Not say it.
He is very smart.
Okay, so
Tommy the Terse.
So you pull up. You can give me some trouble check as you're pulling in.
6.
Oh yeah. You actually saw the lights of your truck as you were pulling in
All
briefly
the trees
illuminate.
moved.
No. No, that would be. I'm not that much of a jerk. There is a glint of metal that you see in the chicken coop. Just briefly from the truck headlights.
So it's either a mirror or a gun.
Or other things made of metal.
Because there's hardly anything made of metal.
Well, it's definitely not. It's
Oh,
glint
sad.
of metal, so it's not rusted metal. The rest of the farm looks like all the metal here is rusted. It's not well kept, so it's not
So
something.
there's
It's something
in
that's
there.
more likely to be
Something
steel or silver or
Yeah.
something shiny as opposed to pig iron.
Right.
So,
Like a nice new rifle.
yeah.
And
Or it could just be a mirror, yeah, sure. You just put a mirror.
There was only one of those,
Yeah.
and we dealt with it. We gave him a
He
thing.
likes to admire his reflection.
So in other words, when you slam him into the truck, make sure you're on the other side of the truck. Now,
All right, so when you pull in here at the end of the driveway,
I figure
that's true.
if they're in the chicken coop
no,
with the...
you see that Alex is waiting outside on the covered porch. You can see him.
Well, we're just pulling over here.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
driveway.
Unless, of course, this
Yeah, no,
giant thing is a
This is
document, in
the
which
sensor will
case
just
I'm
let you
leaving as far-
detect if there's something here, but the Alex doesn't reference it. He's right waiting for you, so he's waiting out there with Clara.
Okay, so we should pull a little bit further.
Was that her name before?
Nike,
Yeah.
Nike.
Okay.
I
Yes.
can show you.
Oh, I'm sure it was. It just had
I
a
remember
moment.
that one.
Yeah.
Look at my notes.
Yeah, and kept.
It doesn't matter. It's the crazy knife lady.
Yeah, I just
I don't care what we call her. She's gonna slice and dice, and we don't
right.
do this right.
I just forgot. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you saw the fundamental, then you pulled it in here. Alex and Clara get out, or walk up to you. Give me your first disguise check.
So
You get +1 from her disguise check, and then whatever points you want to spend.
I'll spend 1.
Okay.
That's a 7.
All right, he's totally fine with you. He says, "Oh, so John sent you. I thought I would be dealing with John himself.
No,
Whatever. As long as you have the money, I have the relics.
we have the money.
So let me see the money.
The money's in the truck.
Very well.
It's safer in the truck.
Well then, so are you getting out and escorting them to the back?
I thought I was already out of the truck.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, he's talking to you as you...
I assumed that. I didn't think I was like.
It's
hey,
truck in the
Well,
night.
he walks up to you while you're pulling in, so he starts talking to you.
okay.
So,
Okay,
so you're walking back. You open up the truck. You point to the
big pile of briefcase.
well, a trunk full of cash or a closed trunk. So he gets in. He climbs in. Clara's standing outside the truck, glaring at you.
So Clara is not going in the truck.
Well, no, that was never going to happen.
Did you
Where's
want Tommy? Is Tommy still in the driver's seat, or did
No,
you?
Tommy got out too.
Okay, so
Tommy's
Covering you.
covering me
He's
by
just looking-
aiming something.
he's looking a little
discreetly at
nervous
Clara.
now. He's looking a little nervous.
Can I spend a point of reassurance to calm him?
No, you don't have to spend nervous. He's just edgy. He knows how these kind of meetings go. They either go people. There's either shooting or there's not. So you know,
I need him to be calm and collected.
he is calm and collected.
Okay.
He's a professional.
He's just on edge.
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't know. This is Bill's
Hired him,
contact,
so-
Yeah. So
Simon's cheap sometimes.
yeah. All right. So he goes in, opens up the steamer trunk. This looks like less than we agreed upon. He looks.
No, you should count it. I'm sure it's all there.
Okay.
Good idea.
Oh, you spent 2, right?
Yeah.
Bingo.
He starts looking through it. He says, well, very well. I suppose this will have to do. You're lucky I'm so eager to move.
At what point do I just close the door on him?
At what point do you just close the door? on
I'm
him?
just going to close the door on him.
All right,
and see
that would
what
be
happens.
athletics to...
I will spend
All of it.
4.
Okay.
That
Good
will be a 6.
All right, now we're into combat.
Of course we are.
Yeah.
So the door is slammed.
Yeah.
Alex is in there still talking about,
Exactly. That's,
So, I mean, not to like scene steal, but at this point,
I'm assuming I
cut
locked
back
it when
and
I
find-
closed.
yes. We're
Okay.
going round by round now because the box
Okay.
trucks. Oh wait, no, you guys need to set up the camera.
right?
All right, so yeah,
Back
rewind a
in
little
the
bit.
past.
Yeah, in the immediate past. All right, so you're inside the barn. I assume you
I
whispered
did my
warnings.
Yeah,
All right, so everyone give me a stability check. You don't. This is
I'm
just
so
Oh.
nervous of the tree.
joy. Yeah,
This-
spend
you-
1. I'm glad I spent 1.
Did anybody fail?
3.
3. You only lose 1 because you don't see it yourself.
Right.
You're just nervous. Yeah, no, it's clearly that kind of. It's a comical, mostly harmless.
Really, it looks kind of like the Pokemon Executor, only
Yeah.
with 1 head instead of 3. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's not totally terrifying.
I was thinking more like the trees from Wizard of Oz.
Anyway, so
That's pretty terrifying.
if you want to peek from the north, well, what are you wanting to do?
Set up the camera.
Okay, setting up the camera will require a photography spin, obviously,
Okay.
and then a stealth check. This is a group effort, obviously.
I can give you another moral sneaking point.
This, your rule points will not account because you're setting up a camera in a barn, not sneaking around in the woods.
I can add a point of stealth.
I still
Okay.
have stealth though. I can.
I'm spending 2.
Okay, so that's 2, 1, 1, right?
Yeah.
4 points.
Yeah. Okay, if you're spending 1. All right. See what we get.
6.
All right, with a 6, that's good enough. Because you make some noise, but a little bit, but it's
But
very
it's a ball.
yeah, it's a barn. It's a very creaky barn too that sways in the wind ever so slightly. But through and you can't see the thing anymore. Because
I'm not looking for the thing.
yeah, no, you're fine. It's out of sight, out of mind. You're fine. So where did you want to set it up in the barn? And I assume you have it on a tripod that's a swivel mount. Are you putting a dolly on it?
Yes,
Okay.
that was the. Yes.
Okay, so what
that
kind
is the entirety
Show
of
me,
this plan.
show me on the map where. Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
like, wouldn't it be right in the middle, and then regardless of which way? Well,
This way is not south
yeah,
is not
'cause if
useful.
he's gonna drive
Only.
the truck.
Oh, he's driving the truck. Okay, yeah,
Isn't that how he's getting
Right?
to us?
Yeah.
fair
We're
enough.
gonna drive the truck and back it up straight to here, so we would set it up right in the doorway.
It's not really important to back it up.
You're
Just
right.
get the
Well,
truck.
Just get the
in.
truck. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in the
so
truck.
we're in the entryway right here.
Uh-huh.
So is it set
Pointing
up?
out.
So link.
Right here.
All right. So the dolly's going like this way, east and west, or is it going up and down?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which way is the? It's more the dolly track. Like, how is that set up?
Okay, I wasn't
Can
really
we-
thinking of a track even so much.
Would it
but
cost us or be dangerous in any way to actually set up the dolly so it rolls out a little bit, so we can be standing in here to roll it
It
you
would
could-
completely invalidate the stealth.
You could have it ready to do that. You'd take an action in combat to finish it, but you could set it up to where you have the dolly starting here, and then you could lay as an action lay down more track.
Actually, all things considered, maybe it'd be the best.
I would say
to-
one action per 5 feet of dolly.
Maybe it'd be best to lay the tracks east-west at like the second or third set of horse stalls, so we do actually pull the truck fully in.
Yep.
Because cover.
Okay.
And then we don't accidentally disappear or anything else.
That too.
Like us.
Right.
Or Tommy. Because
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah,
a
Tommy's
nasty
totally
ability
going to
check.
be pretty mad at you guys when he sees that happen. If assuming he doesn't die tonight.
What, when the truck disappears?
Yeah.
Not on his dime.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so right in the middle, enough room for the
Well-
truck to pull fully in.
So it's
Yeah.
right here, back
Mhm.
east-west.
Yeah, and basically,
Right.
yeah, in case of doom, we're just not going to have we're going to have the thing over to the side so
Okay.
we can roll it out once we're in position.
But
Once
instead
the
of
truck's in position.
Yeah.
Yeah, set up with the track east-west,
Okay.
but that way the camera is not directly, like, if something mysteriously goes amiss with the truck,
Weird.
yeah, and it doesn't stop exactly as it should.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Did you want to say, John? I guess.
no, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
because I have to think about what's happening at the OK Corral.
Yep.
Uh,
You're going to get in the truck and drive like
Yeah,
hell.
I guess you didn't tell Tommy you were doing this, were you? Or are you telling like we're throwing him in the truck? And what are you telling Tommy? Because he like at this point he just thinks it's a meat.
There's a guy that we need to take care of.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
Follow my lead.
Follow my lead.
Okay.
Really? I might tell him there's a barn around the back that you're going to
Yeah,
drive
you're going to
to.
be driving the truck into the barn.
Oh, wow. This
It'll be
is
fine.
a little
It's
elaborate.
okay. It's fine.
It's your
I
dime.
need to tell
I'm going to
him
need more
make sure to
money.
get out of the truck.
You need to spend a point of reassurance or credit rating too.
Point of
Tommy's
reassurance.
thing, yeah.
Done.
He,
All the money is in the truck. So
whatever. Yeah. He wants a cut of. He'll want a cut of that.
He'll have to get it from Margot because he ain't getting a cut from that
Yeah,
pile.
that money's gone.
Unless he wants to
may
stay
change
with the
his
truck.
mind once
Yeah.
he
So, all right.
experiences
So now we're into combat. So you set up, you made your checks.
Uh-huh.
The horrible thing right
Okay.
past you is still oblivious to your presence.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
We'll
So,
deal with that afterward.
All right, so we're going highest pool axe first. It's not how many points you currently have; it's your total or your rating. Your rating is your maximum number of points. So highest rating. Clara has weapons 8, and she is going to totally shank you. So does anybody? Do you? Tommy has. I'll say he has driving 8 and athletics 6 and firearms 6. So
He is driving 8,
he's a bootlegger. That's specifically why you hired him.
and it's how much I
story.
originally
But
had,
he's with
not
you
how much
right
I
now.
have now, right?
Yeah, it's your max.
So I have 8 athletics normally.
Yeah.
So I say we get in the damn truck and we run away from Clara.
Okay. You're going at the same time as Claire, so she will get an attack on you. So she's going to spin 2 and try and stab you with her switchblade. But
How close is she?
she's on the other side of the. She's on the other side of the truck. You're in the back. Oh, you have to close it. Remember?
Yeah,
And she was
yeah.
right by Alex, so she does.
Clickers would have been so nice.
Yeah. 1920s. Anyways, she's spinning 2. Gets a 6. Totally hits you. D6 minus 2 damage.
Oh,
Zip!
well,
No, it's still always 1.
minimum 1.
Dang it.
You get it's a glancing blow. Cuts through your coat though. Your coat absorbs most of it, actually. I'll just say.
I like that coat.
Yeah.
It was part of the disguise.
But it was nicer than anything I've ever had. I've been living in India for
This
years.
is how the temptation
You
starts.
just gave away a trunk full of money.
So you can make your athletics check to get in the truck this round, running around Clara.
I will spend 4.
Okay.
That will be 8.
Yeah,
I am in the truck.
You are in the truck. Tommy spends 2. He gets a 5 on his athletics. He gets in the truck as well.
And now we drive with Tommy.
That's your turn. So Alex
Right.
does something. You
Of
hear
course he does.
you hear banging around. Let's see if he spends 1 athletics. Does not open the doors from the inside.
Good.
He would have on a 6 though. So
Yeah, that was close.
yeah.
Okay. Drive like hell. Drive like hell. Drive
Let's
like
see here.
hell.
You guys hear that?
Uh-huh.
All three of you give me sense trouble checks.
Gosh, I wonder what this could be.
I'll spend
8.
7.
8.
We are
We are
hypervigilant
twitchy
right now.
motherfuckers.
All right, no, it's actually was only like a 3. Because you hear it coming on the west side of the barn. So you're in here, and you hear thump, 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 and through the boards of the wall, you can see a silhouette of something larger, as tall as the barn, marching, starting to march. So all three of you give me stability checks. Now you see the dark guy. This is really bad.
What if I very don't look?
You hear it.
6, I'm okay.
I fail.
6 stability.
What?
Yep. It's 20 feet tall. And it is.
What a bad
Yeah.
No.
What?
It terrifies you. You think you see a mouth through the boards of the windows. You can see more of it than the others. You see a glimmering eye. Fortunately, it's distracted, so it doesn't notice the presence of the mortals in the barn. And the stench of the cow is probably helping disguise you too. But yeah, are you still above negative? Are you?
I'm in positives.
All right, you're fine. Everything's fine.
I have psychoanalysis for later, assuming I live.
Yeah, no, you're all fine. All right.
It makes me very uneasy when Ross says that.
Don't. He does it just to mess with you.
All right, new round. Let's see here. Clara is going to
Stab the truck.
she's going to try and jump on the side of the truck. Yep. So
Spending
Athletics
what?
check to door
Athletics.
her.
How many athletics?
3.
Does she have? 3?
she's pretty badass, actually.
Okay.
She gets a 6
So where is she?
on the right behind, right outside the truck, right outside your, right behind the driver or passenger side.
Wait. You should.
Shooter?
You have a higher athletics.
I don't
Yeah.
have anything left.
No, it's your rating, so you can act too. So,
Oh, okay. So can
If
I
you
act
acted on
simultaneously?
athletics-
no, you have a higher. She has a pool of 6. So,
Okay, so what am I doing? then?
You should, like,
no, we'll let Sean decide.
I could shoot her or pop the door.
She's behind the door, so popping the door won't help. She grabs on behind the door.
Shooting her would.
on a box truck.
Wait, are you driving or is Tommy driving?
Tommy's driving. Tommy has a.
It's an old truck.
Tommy
There's
is driving.
holes. I'm just going to say that there is. It's a box truck. Yeah, whatever. Deal with it.
I guess you could shoot her.
I don't even know if they had box trucks. In
Do I have a line of
They've
sight
had
for
box
shooting?
trucks since they've had vehicles.
Do I have a line of sight for
It's like
shooting?
the first thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 4 firearms to shoot her.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit her.
All right. You're using a pistol. That's a D6 minus 1 or 2.
It's been one so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. D6 minus 1. 1. You wing her.
Is it enough to knock her off?
That was a 1. She'll get to it. She'll move up to the door next round, so then you can try and throw her off in, or shoot her again, and she will get a chance to break the window and stab you, or try and pull you out of the truck. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, plenty of them.
Well, yeah, there. Like, well, let me. Well, that's one.
Yeah.
That's a closed one.
Depending.
Yeah, I would say she could. Well, whatever. She's at the door.
Right.
Um,
But they existed. You're not being
Tommy's going to
bad,
spend 2 on his drive check. 2.
Really? 2?
Yeah.
If she's not actually attached to the door yet, we
He's
could
a professional.
outrun her, couldn't we?
Well, you're starting to box drive. It doesn't have great acceleration.
It's the 20s. It's carbureted.
He gets a 5. Yeah, he starts pulling out.
It's not fuel injected.
Yeah. And, yeah. So, next round, well, you guys are kind of distracted. You won't see it this round.
Try to not see it if you can.
That's pretty much impossible at this point. You 3, you guys just waiting in position?
Yes.
Which way is the camera pointing?
Towards the north, I would assume.
Yeah.
Towards, like, it's pointing this way, and the truck's coming this way. So it's coming. Your plane's coming to the thing. The only major gear in there is,
You mean wrench.
wrenches. Yeah,
Gears
sorry.
are good.
Yeah, yeah.
Wrench is bad.
He's about here this turn. He'll
I'm
get
just
about.
saying, if we need to turn the camera left, Can we do that?
To shoot through the barn door? Or barn wall?
Can we
What
leave?
if it comes busting through? I don't know what this thing is.
It's on a dolly. Yes, we can pull that off
Okay.
if need be.
Okay.
So it moves up to here this round. So tonk, 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 tonk.
Appears to be coming through the door, though.
Yeah. Let's see.
It would have to know we're there. It's probably more interested in its boss, who's just let out a psychic. Hey.
Oh, yeah, Alex, what is he doing? He's going to give one more chance. He'll spend one more point of athletics. Nope. Yeah.
Can he fall unconscious from banging his head against the side of the door?
Not. He's a little more.
He didn't just snip himself. He's not weak from blood loss.
Yeah. All right. So round 3. So Tommy driving pool of 8. Actually, Clara has a scuffling of. No, she has weapons of 8. She's going to try and break the window with the pommel of her knife.
But I also have athletics of 8.
So you're going at the same time.
So I will try to shoot her again.
Well, that's weapon. That's firearms.
Oh, okay.
You're
So
using the thing you're using.
Oh, okay. So athletics.
That's why I was saying athletics to do the door, because you get the quick move.
Athletics would be like kicking the door so that she swings up wide and she'd be clinging to. Now she's clinging to the door.
So if I kick it, she might fall off?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would make a post check.
I have nothing left to spend.
She has some.
There's that.
So,
Well, she's not going to be able to attack you this round. She's just going to break the window.
well, it's worth a shot. What if I can...
Oh, wait, no,
can I
you
spend-
were shooting her. Were you shooting her through the window? Yeah.
Yeah.
You either broke the window or... So she's just going to get to stab you again.
Okay, we'll go ahead and give this a try. Can I use scuffling?
To do what? To throw her off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Roll
will
scuffling
spend 2
check.
scuffling.
All right. She will resist, and she will try to grab onto you. What'd you get total?
3.
All right. She's going to spend 1 on scuffling.
That will end poorly.
6. So she grabs onto you, and she starts pulling you out of the car. So you're about got your arm, and your head's not through the window yet, but you're being pulled out. She's leaning.
What's her leverage to do that? That's
She's
amazing.
just her body weight, and also
Fair.
he did try to grab onto her. So,
I mean, it's a pulp game, so,
yeah. Tommy is spending another 2 points of drive. She across the field, gets a 6, easily does that. But guess what you guys see?
Dark.
Yeah.
Well, sense trouble. Do we really see it?
Yes.
Dang it.
If you rolled a 1, it would have been a yes. Like, it's literally 20 feet tall. It's the size of a large tree. It is.
Why can't we just be blissfully ignorant?
You
What
kind
would
of.
be the fun in that?
Anyway, Tommy's going to make a stability check. I will say you can yell at him, spend a point of reassurance to give him a +2 on his bonus.
I will do that.
All right, so he's with I say, yeah, no, he still failed with that with a 1. So he loses 6 points of stability. He had 6 stability, so
he's on 0, it's fine.
he's at 0. So he's freaking out pretty badly.
But
But
he's a pro.
Can I do a psychoanalysis quickly?
But that will be your next action. You need to give me a stability check too. All right, yeah, no, tree monster. All right,
Whatever.
yeah, it's fine. Let's see here.
Rolling without saying.
Okay.
Death.
Yeah, what are the 3 of you doing? Still waiting in position?
Are you two getting in position to throw the doors?
All right, that would be
With
stealth.
guns in hand.
That would be stealth checks. Separate ones.
Hmm.
Because you're right, it's literally on the right outside the barn. It's stomping outside the barn, and you're going.
Do they get anything from the loud engine of the
The
truck
difficulty
that's
is
approaching
lower.
it?
The difficulty is lower, but
It's worth a shot.
if you get a 1, you're still going to draw its attention.
How are you on stealth?
Your rural check, your pool will count for this since you're just.
Oh, okay.
Knowing how to open barn doors quietly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Assembling cameras,
so you
no.
roll
Barn
because
doors,
I'm
yes.
Okay, I'll use one of my rural sneaking, and
Yeah.
then I'll use one of my normal.
You both have to make checks though,
So,
because you're going to other sides of the barn.
Okay.
You're not.
you
well, can I give
one of the
her the
rural?
rural sneaking then? Since it was
You can use the
pool?
pool. Like, remember that's
Okay.
a group pool. So.
Well, and I have 1 to spend, so I can spend 1.
All right.
Okay, I'll spend.
And then,
Why did I say I had 3?
so I'll spend 1 pool and 1 of my own.
Alright, so I'll give you my rural, and then I'll spend 2 of my own.
All right, both give me a roll.
Yay!
All right, no, you're fine. Totally not focused out. But since you're both by barn doors, you can both give me sense trouble checks. You don't have to.
5, 2.
All right, with 5, you actually see a man dressed in black running across the field and taking up position at the base of this tree.
Chicken guy.
He's
huh?
carrying a rifle. It's easy to see from the moonlight.
Are you sure it's not a javelin?
It glints in the moonlight, or the sight of it does.
Also could be a javelin.
Yeah, no, clearly. He's carrying it like a rifle, but it's obviously a javelin.
Spear gun.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's where you find out.
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
Can I-
You
This
could
time of year.
do things.
Okay, no. I'm
At
not
this
going to do
level,
anything
too?
yet. I'll just be ready to
Okay.
do the thing.
Yeah. All right, new round.
Locally confined within your kitchen?
All right, go.
Are you hyper tonight?
A little.
So, vis-a-vis the scuffling. This is a post-scuffling text to see who wins this tug of war.
So what do we do?
It's a post-scuffling. She's going to try and pull you out of the car.
Does she have anything left?
Yes. You could forego it and just try and shoot her, but she will succeed.
Oh.
But then her scuffling is just going to be, if she hits, she pulls you out while you're shooting her.
In fairness, you wanted to be out of the truck anyway.
That's true.
Yeah. Why don't I shoot her?
Okay. I'll let you roll. So. Did you spend any?
I had nothing left to spend.
All right, that's her hit threshold is a 4. I guess she.
Either way, it wouldn't have.
Or no, it is a 3. Her athletics is a 6. I said so.
You did.
You do hit her. Roll for damage.
Hooray!
4 points. All right. Ow, that significantly hurts her. Anyway, scuffling. She's spending 2. She gets 5. She does pull you out. So both of you are.
But she is bleeding now.
Yeah, she's bleeding. You're both going to take damage as you fall from a truck that is rapidly out. She takes 1 point of damage.
How much do
Is
I
it
take?
D6 minus 2?
D6 minus 2.
2.
All right, so
I
you're
can
both.
live with that.
You're both prone. So.
So what is she at now? 6.
She's taking 6 points of damage.
How much does she have?
You don't know.
It was rhetorical.
She's
Not so
heavily injured. Like now, she looks like hell. Like she can't have
Good.
many more hit points left.
But I'm
Tommy.
out of the truck, so that's done.
All right, so the Dark Young is moving to intercept the truck. It clearly gives no fucks. So
It's honey
Tommy
badger.
is going to spend his remaining 4 points in his driving check to get in front of the car.
Evade.
Evade. He gets a 4, gets a 4, so he gets an 8. So he does, basically does a Tokyo Drift, gets the car, it's out there like that. The guy's, right here,
guy?
or the Dark Young. And Tommy starts scrambling and getting away from, getting in the,
Just don't get us in the
spends the rest of his
traffic.
turn scrambling in the passenger side of it, so he can get out on the passenger side. For some reason, he doesn't want to get out on the driver's side.
Even though the
Weird.
passenger side
Yeah.
has the tree?
No, the driver's side
The driver's
has the
side
tree.
does. The
Oh,
tree has
okay.
been moving.
There's a guy here with a rifle who only Melissa knows about.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
me.
the dogs. Don't worry about it.
I would have told him because I was the one that saw the silver gleam.
You
You
didn't
don't
have
know
time.
for
But you
sure.
don't know he's moving.
You think he's back at the chicken coop for all you know.
That's true.
You don't know. his
You're
current-
vaguely aware that there might
You're
be a man
too
with-
concerned with Clara right
something.
now.
Luckily, I have a sniper rifle.
Yes.
Just, they're going to keep doing it. Just ignore them. They have voices.
They're
Let's
just
see here. So that's his
They are
action.
cute.
Dark Young gets to the truck. It turns around and starts heading towards the truck. So now it's a little too far away. It rotates slowly. It's
I know. It'll be fine.
start rolling.
then,
That was... I
Oh, yeah.
actually haven't done it. Like, that's
All right,
what
now
I've
you
been
guys get
doing.
to act. The 3 of you get to act.
Okay. Well, I've...
We're gonna throw the doors open
All right, you throw the doors open.
and move.
Both of you two roll a die.
For
The
what,
lowest
Ross?
one. The lowest one loses.
It's me.
All right, spending 3.
What? It's spending 3.
What your hit threshold's a 4. It can't be higher than a 4. So,
Okay.
you were struck with a rifle bullet.
Hey,
That hurt.
Yep.
Martin, you're gonna have to drag me
Through
to
the door.
safety.
Interesting.
You to throw open the door. You had to step out partially. So,
That's not how barn doors work. They have
well.
handles on both sides.
Anyways, he shot through the door. He shot through.
Okay.
It's also a
Roll
crappy
that
barn,
one
and there
over.
are holes in it. So,
Yeah. I mean, that's much more
yeah.
likely.
All right. So
yeah,
it's a
barn
D6
doors.
plus 1. So 3 points of damage.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm okay.
You were
That
winged
hurts,
by a
but
bullet.
Not dead.
Let's see
Not
here.
dead yet.
So that was his action. Alex has given up. He's doing a thing. And the dark end's moving. So you,
I've loaded the camera.
all right. So you have the camera open. You're all right. So you're rolling. All right. So it starts to take effect. Tommy's still in the range of effect, though.
But he can move out.
He can move out. So I will.
I'm waiting for some kind of confirmation.
Yeah. Tommy's not doing so well about that. He starts feeling, he starts slumping over as gasping for air. It seems like the camera has a weakening effect on people.
This is new.
It's actually in the book. You remember the actress?
It just hasn't come up before.
Yeah, the actress did mention that people are drained of magic when they are drained of energy. Of life when they are affected by the camera. So Tommy is slowing down. So that's the end of round 4 or 5?
Whatever round
Yeah.
it is.
Proceeding.
2 new rounds. Claire's gonna has another blade in hand. She's gonna try and stab you.
And she's already gotten up?
She's
From
on the
being
no,
prone?
no, she's
That's
prone.
impressive.
She landed together, so you're on the ground and ground fighting. Because you're right next to her.
Can I hit her with the gun?
That would be scuffling or weapons.
Well, I don't have any of it.
All right,
either,
so she's going to get an attack
Might
off
as
first.
well
She
shoot.
spends 1 point on her attack.
I don't have any for the shooting.
All right, so she is 5 points of damage. Well,
I am at -3.
All right, you're still conscious. You only have to make checks at -5, but you can act. Difficulties are higher by 1 point. Also, you 3 can see this. The priest.
Busy.
Yeah.
So,
Shocked.
what's the negative impact on my roll?
Your tests are 1 point higher. So instead, if you had to roll 4, you have to roll 5 now. You can't use investigative abilities. You can't use general abilities. So you can make an athletics check to get away from her.
Or fleeing.
Fleeing. I do have...
Yes, you could flee. Are you spending any points?
Yeah, Well, actually, no, I don't have flee.
Okay, is that what you're actually doing then? You could attack. She is heavily wounded. One more good hit.
I
could
will
kill.
just attack her.
All right, make a firearms check.
Okay.
All right, you missed. All right.
Bad dice.
If you pass out,
Bad.
you're not necessarily dead. And if she is probably going to try and save Alex after, if you fall over unconscious, she's probably going to think you're dead and try and save Alex. So as long as
the
there's
Dark Young might have a different agenda.
Yeah, Dark Young.
But you're supposed to capture it
I'm working on it.
film.
Yeah.
This is a Kodak moment.
I go tonight.
Tommy needs a 6 to get out of the truck.
But he was out of the truck.
He was getting out of the truck.
He has 6 athletics. Why didn't he make a spend?
He can't now. That has been drained. Camera is magical.
A wizard did it.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I will show you in the book.
No, that's fine.
So he is still
Wizard.
struggling to get out. So you 3 can act first before the rifleman. He has a low weapon pool, or firearms pool. And he spent it all to shoot Melissa.
Nice.
So the Dark Young is rotating. He is moving over to the truck. He will be in the truck's range at the end of this round. He is very fixated on the truck for some reason. Weird. But you 3, there are multiple things. You need to keep manning the camera.
Right. Doing that.
Yeah. In fact, you see Tommy is struggling. If he stays in at the end of this round, you will have to make a stability check. But anyways, and you can act. Melissa, you can act. You're both, and you're closest to Tommy. You're just in the barn right here, and he's right here. So you could rush into the effect of the camera and try and pull him out.
Okay, how many turns would it take for me to get there and then out of the frame?
That would be... it would be 1 action if you get a 6 or better on athletics, or 2 actions if you roll less than a 6 on athletics.
How many points do you have?
I've got 9 on athletics. I could spend a lot of points on it.
You could.
Okay.
Alright, I'll do
Do
that.
it.
I will spend... I need a 6.
Yeah, so spend 5. You could.
All right.
I mean, you don't have to.
So you rush in. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Roll.
All right, with an 8, you rush in. Give me a stability check. You rush into the effect of the camera. You lose 4 stability, and you lose the rest of your athletics pool. As you rush in, pull it, and fleeing as well. As you feel your life draining out of you, you grab Tommy, propelled by momentum at this point, and just pull him out, throwing him to the ground as you yank him out, and then you collapse as well. So you will be stunned next turn. But both of you are out.
Oh, they're both out.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yes,
Yeah.
out of frame.
It doesn't
Barely. You have to lie on the ground. You're just out of
It's
frame.
fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
But you're stunned for the next
Makes it
turn.
harder for the rifleman to hit you as well.
Yes,
It's good.
Melissa.
Don't stand up.
What are you going to do? You see the priest is being attacked by Clara, who is standing over him with a bloody knife.
Can I try to shoot
And-
her?
You sure can.
Okay.
You've got a rifle.
I do. I'm going to use my
You
rifle.
need a 4 to hit her.
Okay, I'm going to spend 2.
Just due to range.
Yeah.
We did just discuss her threat.
4.
Yeah, it's 1 higher because of range. It's also night, too, so
Right.
there's not
No,
a
that's
lot. Yeah, you hit. Roll damage.
I was just curious, really.
6.
She's quite dead.
Well done, Melissa.
A bullet, you see a blossom of red appear on her chest as she looks
What you
over
say?
at you.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
You hear her death rattle as she falls over on top of you, bleeding out. So, hooray.
Stability check.
Yeah. At this point, for you, no, you're pretty
Quite
murderous at this.
pleased.
Thank
She
you.
had it coming. She had it coming.
You're still running the camera. You can tell that it's starting to take effect. Alex is. You thought you heard chanting, but you don't hear it anymore.
Also has a silencing effect.
Yeah.
Weird.
And all right, next round.
What about the Dark Young?
Oh wait,
Okay,
the rifleman is going to still try and hit Melissa. So. Yeah, no, he's got you in his sights, and you actually now this time you definitely stood out in order to shoot with a rifle.
I appreciate
It's
it.
fine. You've got plenty of health. It's fine.
He does hit again
Oh, man.
But not
for 4
very
damage.
Oh.
Now go to ground.
It's alright. I'm still okay.
And let's see here. All right, new round. So now the Dark Young is in the area of effects, but it is not of this earth, so it is going to try and it is of sterner stuff. So it is going to try. You get one last chance to basically resist this thing. If you can beat it, you can use stability in order to boost your roll. In order to basically through force of will. Force the thing into the effect of the camera. It will just roll a straight d6. If you do
So if I cross into negative stability, that makes the roll 1 harder, right?
I will if for afterwards. You can be a big damn hero, and you will not have the penalty for this roll.
Okay, and what's the brackets for penalties on stability?
It's same as health. Up to -5, you can go to okay.
Okay.
After -5, you having to make checks. -12, you're indefinitely insane.
Sure.
And
I'm just gonna be rough with it. I'll spin 5. That puts me on -4.
okay,
But
it only gets to 2, but yeah. With that,
fuck you!
Get in my box!
are you ready? Are you ready for your close-up? Yes. As it shrieks at you. Unfortunately, Tommy is not on the ground, temporarily unconscious.
So he doesn't actually see what's happening.
No, he saw the monster, so that's going to be enough to piss him off. You're like, why the hell didn't you tell me about the monster?
We didn't know about the monsters.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can actually, we have plausible deniability
Yeah.
on that one.
Well, he's going to gain a Cthulhu mythos regardless. The dreams are going to start happening for him, too.
Well, that's fine. That way we have a backup character.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Tommy.
it disappears into the film stock as Alex and the Thing are the last film. What do you just for the posterity? What are you calling this short film?
Cultists in a truck? I'm tired of these motherfucking cultists.
A tree dies in Boston.
A tree dies in Boston. All right.
Sean gets a point.
All right, so you have a tree dies in Boston. Claire is dead. Alex is gone.
We still have a butler.
You still have the butler. All right.
Which is why I keep.
Well, the butler
Which
might
is
have been
why-
the rifleman.
All right. So we're going back.
He was.
Yeah, the butler is the rifleman.
But I'm not out of film stock, right?
I will say actually no. You were recording more quickly than you thought. You'll have to reload.
How long will that take?
I would say 2 actions.
It's not worth it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, first off, let's go back to combat. That was your action. You're almost unconscious. You're in a lot of pain. You're bleeding. There's a dead woman on top of you.
Cover!
Yeah. What are you going to do? You hear gunshots coming. You are aware of the guy over here. You're over here, so you could plink at him with your pistol. It would be a hard shot. Certainly with your wounds, you need a 6 to hit him.
I don't have any firearms to spend, so I'm
So
just
you need a
gonna play
natural
dead.
6. So you're just going to play dead?
Yep.
All right. That's great. Are you staying under the corpse for cover?
Do I need to make the stability?
If you
check
do,
for that?
yes.
I'll
Having it fall on you, not stability.
I'll stay
Staying under it for cover, that's
I'll
stability.
stay under the corpse.
It's like a dead
And I
baby
failed.
joke.
That's another 2 stability.
That's okay. I'm still positive.
They're warm
I'm
blooded.
still positive.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm still positive.
This won't give you nightmares later on.
That's what
So,
the whiskey's
and you're
for.
recovering. You saved Tommy's life. That will give you some sand. Well, if everything comes up roses at the end, you'll recover some stability and sanity for that. But right now, you're just like, holy crap, what was that? Melissa,
Yes.
You're still conscious, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm conscious.
What are you gonna do?
Where am I right now? I've been shot.
You're right here by the entrance of the barn. So you just stood out a little. I assume you went back into cover. So
Yeah.
you can shoot through the window, through the
Can I stand up and shoot through the window?
well, not through the windows, but like the boards of the barn are pretty wide, so you
They're
can shoot.
holes.
Yeah,
and
they
the
have holes.
gunman is still in the trees.
Yeah, he's at the base of the trees,
Okay.
like using his partial cover.
So I will take aim and try to shoot the gunman.
All right, you're just good old fashioned gunfight.
Do you have any left?
I'll spend 2.
You need normally you actually need a 5 to hit him. His hit threshold is a 4 because he's
And it's a hard shot.
and he is a difficult shot.
No problem.
Nicely done. So
All right, roll damage.
2.
2.
Isn't
Well,
that
you're using a
plus
rifle.
something?
Yeah, it's +1. You're using
Oh, okay.
you're using a big rifle.
So 3.
Yeah, so 3 points.
can we just say that took out his eyes?
No,
He's still alive, but
He
he's
is.
blind.
His
he's
trigger finger got shot?
no,
And he-
no. He's a fanatic. He just watched his master die. He is going to fight to the death.
He's so crazy.
He is going to
Doesn't
try
get
and shoot
shot,
you.
How big is his firearms pool?
He's just rolling straight.
What's his rating?
3.
Okay, so's mine.
Okay. Well, you're manning the camera now. So what are you going to do?
I thought you said
Then
Oh.
done.
Well, yeah, it's out of film, but what are you going to do? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What?
He's gonna go and
Shoot.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
you're in the middle of the barn, so you're too. What do you have?
a pistol.
Yeah, you need to spend an action to get in position. You can get over here, or you can run up to where Melissa is. But you're in the middle of the barn. You don't have your gun drawn.
Okay.
Using camera is two-handed.
Right. Yeah, I get that. I probably need to spend the action to get the film out. That's kind of important.
Destroy it.
Yeah.
And we all get the stability and stuff back.
Yeah.
Eventually.
All right,
Yeah.
so you're securing the film.
Yes.
A tree dies in Boston. All right, so he's going to shoot at you. And he gets a 4 again. So, ouch.
Ow.
7 points of damage. What does that put you to?
That puts me at -5.
All right.
Dead.
Nope.
No.
-12 is dead. Between 1... -5 is wounded. -6 you have to make a check to stay conscious. So,
Someone please kill him.
Yeah.
Come and give me first aid.
weird. He's really pissed at you for something. So new round. You're
I'll go ahead and shoot your.
all right. You see that he's good shot. Apparently, getting very lucky. So go ahead and you need a 6 to hit him unless you move up.
Can I move and shoot?
Running with a pistol and shooting would still be a 6, but on your next action it would be like a 5 to hit him.
I'll just shoot now.
Very no.
All right. It does have an effect. He he turns back, so now he sees there's another person shooting back
I
at
feel
him.
he'll
So
shoot
he
at
might,
you this time.
yeah, he might shoot at you this time. And you're on the ground.
Where are you?
Yeah, now she's by the barn door, but now you've recovered,
Oh,
so you can act now.
I will shoot him too.
All right, you're on the ground. You take your pistol out.
And I need a 6 to shoot him.
You will need he normally needs a 4. It's +1 because it's dark, and +1 because you're using a pistol and it's long range.
I will spend 5.
All right.
Nicely done, 9.
All right. D6 -1. 4 points of damage. Toe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that kills him.
Yay!
Stone
And you-
Cold Margo.
Yeah.
Lighter,
Yeah.
fill,
All right.
What do we get for killing Alex? And
a
the tree.
stability check. Because
Uh,
there's a person in
are
there.
you destroying the camera as well?
Yes.
All right. Destroying all of those, including the camera, will give each of you 3 sanity.
Whoa.
And we can only go up to our maximum.
That is my maximum sanity.
All right. In the distance, you can hear a police siren. Even out here. Apparently repeated gunfire has a rate. With Omicron, fortunately, you have a friend. You can exfiltrate to the Higgins farm without too much worry. Does anybody have first aid?
Left.
It's mine.
You have first aid left?
Yes.
You probably want to use that to stabilize you guys, especially you and Sean, because you are both heavily...
Am I the only one that has it?
I'm good on health.
I'm not.
I don't have first aid. I have medicine.
You can spend a point of medicine to heal 3 health.
On who?
On whoever you want.
Huh? I'll take it. I'm only 3 below 0. She's...
I'm -5.
Yeah.
Well, wait, you heal Melissa, and Melissa, you heal Sean.
Yeah, because that's the most efficient.
Okay, so what are you giving me?
3.
So I'm on -2?
That's better than that.
Better than
That's true.
When I
-5.
can recharge on an ability, I can.
And then I'll
well,
give you...
well, this
I
is
would
Boston.
hope this would end the Boston chapter as soon
Yeah.
as we don't get police.
Yeah. With that, because you made a friend with Higgins.
So
Higgins,
what's the first aid with me?
Higgins, what story do you tell
I'm
Higgins?
giving you 2 points.
2
I guess we never went on
points
the
or
day, right?
I don't know
Something
what
resembling
times
the
two.
truth.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
that, like, essentially the people who were renting the Sterling place were decadent artists, and they had seduced his son, and then they were a murder cult.
Were they communists?
Yes.
Oh,
Russians.
I knew it. Communists.
They were bullshies.
Yeah. Well, you did God's work then. I'll tell the police. I won't tell the police anything.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. So yeah, you
if
get.
I don't know, if you have the chance, I understand it might be a little hard to take, but I'm pretty, like, he's probably buried somewhere. over
Oh
there.
no, we'll find.
Yeah.
We'll find poor Taylor.
Yeah.
Put his soul to rest.
Sorry,
Not his
we
fault. Yeah.
couldn't take the time to do that, but, you know.
We'll see him in the next life.
We were busy.
No, you did God's work there. You're punishing those heathens. May their souls rot in hell. Anyway, so
I'm pretty
exactly.
sure.
yeah. So you've you escaped from Boston. You have crossed off one enemy. Only made one other enemy.
But they don't know who we were.
No, and certainly they couldn't possibly ever find
Right.
that out. So you're fine for now. So you can you have a time to rest. You can heal through general abilities.
Was this not a chapter end?
Well, that's up to you. That's the other thing. Do you go to the Juju house or not?
No.
No.
Not right now.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So in that case, you do go to London. So you can fully refresh everything except sanity. Your ocean
What
trip
about
is long.
stability? Did we get stability back?
With your psychoanalysis, you can heal everybody up on stability. I think.
We have group.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Your
everybody's-
journey from New York to London takes like 10 days.
It's plenty of
So
time.
we can have lots of therapy.
So it's
sessions.
February 4th, I think, by the time you get to, we'll just say it's February 4th or 5th.
Do I heal any? No.
Yeah, you can heal up.
Okay.
Heals
so-
too.
London will start February 5th.
What did I get for saving the guy's life?
You gain additional sanity if you needed one.
Oh, I
I will give you, and you're fully healed on stability. I'll just give you an extra general ability point of your choice. Since you risked your life, because that was a really dangerous mythos artifact you had. And
No kidding.
it would have made so many things. You might regret doing that in the future.
Not really. Not really.
But you can make Dark Young just disappear.
Not really.
It took a little bit of extra work, if I remember that right.
Yeah, but, killing them the conventional way isn't very easy either. But, so you head on to London. Did you ever talk to Jonah Kensington, the Prospero House guy?
We didn't.
Oh, yeah. Did you want to stop by him or just head straight to London?
Will that kill our chapter end?
It's still chapter end.
Okay. Sure, we should. I mean, contacts are important to have.
Jonah does tell you, because there's one more clue, and I think I glossed over it.
Yeah, we lost that one somewhere along the way.
Yeah, it's a pretty obvious thing.
Right.
You arrange to meet Jonah at the docks as you're about to head out, and he tells you that he thinks the police theory of the cult murder is correct. Elias was always infatuated with blood cults. Some of his enemies must have been caught up with him. He had been persuaded that a blood cult had massacred the Carlisle expedition, but not all the principals of the expedition had been killed.
One survived.
Yes. He, in fact, gives you a letter that explains...
things.
Let's see here. Yeah, which I will give you in a second. The letter, let's see here. His characters clearly stating that members of the Carlisle... the letter states that the Carlisle expedition may be alive, and Elias has dug up evidence contradicting testimony admitted during the inquest and trial in Kenya. Kensington received the notes and then got a wire from Hong Kong asking for an advance, which was sent immediately. Then Elias was not heard from until the middle of last month. In December, when he wired from London. His telegram was very exciting and a bit crazy, saying he'd been to China, to Africa, and to London for a few days. He dug up a lot of stuff. Elias said he's seen unbelievable things and mentioned a plan or conspiracy of monstrous worldwide proportions. There's a timetable, and he needed to find the missing pieces, but he wouldn't or couldn't explain more. The wire ended saying that he would soon be in New York. Elias took passage on a freighter. The next morning, arriving in New York, Elias left more notes with Kensington. They were so bewildering and fragmented that the editor concluded that either Elias had gone over the edge and needed 6 months in sanitarium, or else the author so little trusted anyone that he'd hidden all the data in his head so to be undetectable. Kensington, you guys have enough social skills left over, though, that you can get the, I know this is, going over this a little quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But you managed to get some more information from him. He gives you some of the notes. He does also offer to help pay for any investigation to find out the truth of Elias's death. So he also gives you two names for London. Mickey Mahoney, the editor of The Scoop, and Inspector James Barrington of Scotland Yard, both of whom Elias mentioned in conversation. So I'll give you the two notes. The notes are about Nairobi. The first set of notes arrived from mail from Nairobi. They are reasonably well organized and seem in many ways complete, yet are remarkable for the absence of conclusions, connections, and clearly defined themes. The hand is strong and bold. Implicitly, the investigators must go to Kenya to get information, which Elias only hints at. Consequently, only summaries of the notes are provided here to give you the idea of what to look at. So,
now we have to go to Africa?
Yes.
We always had to go to Africa.
That was where the Carlisle expedition...
It's better than going to Australia, trust me.
True.
You don't want the
There's
back.
also some notes from London that he got that are badly handwritten.
Sure.
The following quotes represent what can be gleaned from the text. Many names, many forms, but all the same and toward one end. Need help. Too big, too ghastly. These dreams like Carlisle, check that psychoanalyst files. All of them survive. They'll open the gate. Why? So the power and the danger is real. Many threads beginning. Books are in the Carlisle safe. Coming for me. Will the ocean protect? No quitters now. Must tell and must make readers believe. Should I scream for them? Let's scream together. So Elias was coming under a lot of stress. So I will give those to you in a second. And so that concludes New York,
And also Boston.
Yeah. So Tommy, gun can show up. Well, he is really... What do you tell Tommy, by the way? Let's clear up that.
What does he ask?
He's like, I've seen weird things. This is beyond anything. So did you... I'm not a patsy. I'm not... What are you... He wants to know the truth. So what...
You can't hit... No.
Yeah.
The whiskey was spiked?
No, he won't believe that.
Dang.
So you have a couple options. One, you could just pay him off and he'll go on his way. Two, you could have him come along with you as additional muscle, and you can be
I think that's a good idea.
Let's have a friend.
Okay, come along, Spyhound.
Yes. You have your new
You
Smihound.
never know when there might be cave
So you have one extra backup character to go with you. And also Jonah Kensington, you might be able to wire him and have him send you some help. All right, so Tommy comes with you with promises of pay, and he didn't like what he saw.
Don't know what the tree thing was, but yada blah blah.
Yeah.
Mythos, Star Vampire, camera, yada blah.
Well, he's up for a
Sure
good
you wanna
fight.
come with us.
He's up for a good fight, and as long as you pay well, and as long as you don't, and let him know what the dangers are next time, he'll be able.
In fairness, all we could have let you know about this time was the cultists.
Cultists? Oh man, yeah. So he's clueless to that, but you can start filling him in. All right, so that will end it. Questions, comments, suggestions. You guys have fun with this?
That was
Good.
Yeah.
It's
Really
a nice
weird.
resolution for Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brought the sort of diversion around. Like I was a little bit Boston at first,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, last time, sometimes in campaigns, I've had these dangling threads that start and begin like, I'll get to the way. In
The
middle.
Hydra.
Yeah, the Hydra in the New World campaign, and there's just been others. And I realized, for me, it's just better to wrap these ends up quickly because otherwise I'm going to forget, and they're never going to get resolved. And then what happened to Alex?
Yeah.
Right.
You'll get like 1 million comments in the thread.
Sometimes, but it's just more for me for being bugged by that. And also, like,
Glancy advice.
Glancy advice is like, hey, no, use Shadows of Yogg-Sothoth. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Let's see what they do when they go in here. Yeah. And so we'll see that. We probably won't see those guys again. But unless you guys do certain things. But yeah. we'll see. But that's
Ominously ending on that note.
Yes. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye.